Bang.
Welcome back to the Nerd Herd Podcast. We're going to continue our One Piece Navy Remnant adventure. In the last recording, the group decided to go one-on-one against the Bounty Hunter Association as well as the Assassins Guild. And they managed to not only best some of the greatest bounty hunters of the generation, like Colton, who absolutely no-diffed Spartacan, but they also convinced the leader of the Bounty Hunter Association to join them. And Jacob, the leader, has decided that at some point in the future, when the team needs his forces, they can call upon him, and he will be there to answer. And where we last left off, Rufus received a note from his estranged mother, who claimed that she would very much like to see her son, and enclosed left tickets for every member of the Navy crew. So we're gonna open with a little cinematic in the night that followed after Rufus's discovery.
Put it in the background. Or here's yeah.
You do not hear yes. No. That's only when there's pause, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Rufus. When you go to bed that night, after carefully pondering over the note and thinking back to your childhood, your rest is filled with distress as you have horrific nightmares remembering about that one specific day. You remember the sea and thunderous waves crashing against your father's boat. You remember your cries for your father as a second ship plowed into the side. You remember your father's last words of just, "Rufus, run!" before a gunshot echoed out. And you remember the last thing you see is this pirate, the wind blowing through his brown hair and a wicked scar over his left side of his face, like covering his left eye. You know, like in shows where, like, if the character has like a scar over their eye, sometimes they have like the white pupil. It'd be like that, like one of those kind of scars. And you see this pirate just leaning over the guardrail as you jumped off and into the waves. And then you wake up. And you look around as you realize you fell asleep at your desk. Your book and your journals open all over the place. The candle that you had lit kind of died down and, kind of organize your thoughts. Now, it's up to you to decide how to go about your day.
Well, I'm going to... I can't remember, did anyone else witness what had happened with the hockey reaction?
No one had. When Eric, in like a little cinematic moment, showed Apollo just a glimpse of the Beyond Hockey State, you were by yourself. No one else noticed.
Okay, I'm going to go and talk with Eric, because I'm assuming that I would have recognized that it was that level 30 hockey that activated it.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, you're most likely sleeping in your room when you hear a knock.
Does he have the pajamas though?
I feel like he doesn't have pajamas.
I'm going to barge through the door.
Bro's just sleeping through it.
Seems as though Beckett is what you call a very, very heavy sleeper.
I'm going to go over to the bedside table and get the glass of whatever liquid he has, presumably, and splash it on his face. Be like, wake up, I have a question.
What? Pirates! Pirates! And I'm gonna activate my hockey right away.
Oh
Oh my
crap.
God.
Well, you wear an overcoat, don't you? Along with, like, all your other layers of clothes.
Yeah, I wear an overcoat that... It's like the The overcoat's like the thing that New York watch sellers have. Like when they open it, it's a bunch of different pockets.
Oh,
But
That's kind of how I
that's the
imagine.
devil fruits
is
in
my
it.
devil fruits, yeah.
That's so fire.
That is good.
So that would your layers of protective clothing would not be able to show, like the tattoo wouldn't be able to show through. But you do feel that familiar burning sensation along your back, and you kind of wince for a second as he just activates it.
I'll be like, wait, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But we're not under attack. I have a question about what it is.
We're under attack! I'm gonna continue just going farther into it, and I'm actually going to look around and be like, where's C4? He should have told me about this. Where is he?
From outside, because you yelled so loud, you hear C4 suddenly go, huh? We're under attack! And then you hear like this rain noise.
Oh my
see if I wake up with my
No,
little
everyone
sleepy
wakes up with their sleepwear. Everyone with their matching.
Paul
their
raced out
pajamas.
awake, like out of my bed. He raced, and Spade like, what the? And he's like,
No, everyone runs out with their different pajamas with the little pom-poms on the end. Literally everyone has their own version of that. besides, I think Eric and
No, Heath Slater.
No, he
has-
doesn't. No,
he has the
I
hat.
burned it. No.
Oh, sorry.
He has the hat. He's just wearing like a t-shirt and shorts.
Oh, that's right. In any case, so yeah. He activates the hockey. You still feel that burning sensation on your back. Now Eric Beckett fully awake and conscious, along with the entirety of the crew.
Everyone's awake.
You can.
I'm going to address the entirety of the crew and say, this was all a huge misunderstanding. Beckett's ears seem to just be non-functioning when he wakes up in the morning. My apologies. Y'all can go back to bed.
All this record, it was just an old geezer who just awoke from his sleep. He was like, Space Cadet, like, be all mad. And like, he like activated his hockey and he's like, look at that. I knocked out C4. I was scared. I'm gonna like just run over and like slap C4 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
C4, who apparently got knocked out by your hockey, he fell from the crow's necks. You like slap him awake and he goes, "Oh,
I'm gonna knock him out again."
I'm
kidding.
You just hear him kind of try to move, and you hear some popping noise, and he goes, "I think I broke my leg."
You're fine. Then
Heath
I'm gonna fix the ball. Unfurl my hat, flip it back, and go back to bed.
Okay.
Heath Slater just looks at Craven for a moment. He's like, "This is the formal vice admiral," and then he just goes back to sleep.
You said that to who?
Craven.
Oh, Craven. Craven starts laughing to himself, but he laughs like extremely loud. He thinks he's like saying it quietly.
Yeah,
but
he's trying to like Heath
Man,
Slater,
that was hilarious.
and he's just like, ugh, and he just goes back to sleep
What
like
about
a
Conqueror
lock.
Hockey's Heath Slater?
Yeah. You used your Conqueror's hockey, but unironically, Tony Kellogg walked in front and just took the brunt of it, and he's just like, oh, but it was hard, and he like just collapses.
Heath Slater just looks over and just like,
Yes.
that wasn't me.
You
and
have
just
more
dives-
jokes to say, boy.
And he just does like the Looney Tunes. There's like a smoke, like a dust trail of where he was, and he goes back to his room.
Everyone else.
Before Heath does that, Rufus
Oh, no.
grabs him by the back of the collar and he's like, if you would, friend, please bring C4 to the medical bay. I think he's badly damaged.
My bad.
Yeah, I can do that. And he carefully just picks him up and brings him to the medical bay.
When you're bringing him to the medical bay, just for a GM note and also for the captain's sake, when you're bringing him down to the sick bay, Kengoro is walking up. He has bandages around his ribs, and he kind of like looks at you and goes,
He's like, "Hey, you're awake.
Yeah.
What's up?" You
I'm ready to get out there and actually do something. I've been in bed for 3 days. I hate that.
We've been kind of off on the training lessons. Haven't been doing anything like that because, well, one of my training partners like kind of dove my hand through his heart.
We'll
And-
pick things back up tomorrow morning.
Sweet. I'm taking this guy, and he's got C4 just over the shoulder.
C4 is just still crying to himself. The emu,
Just like pats him on the back
his-
gently,
his
and not to
emu-
hurt him, just pats him on the
his
back.
emu is still sleeping around the mast of the ship. It like curled up with its long neck around the posts. Alright, anyways, everyone else kind of disperses and starts doing meaningless tasks around the ship as the captain directs. And you are, again, there with, alone with Beckett.
So what's going on?
Well, I'm going to see if the captain can come and join us in the room to get his opinion as well.
All right. Quinn Cook is.
Captain is down at the med bay with his son. You'll have to go get him.
All right. Well.
All right, I will go. No, I'll ring a bell and tell Heath Slater to please go get Captain Quinn Cook from the medical bay.
Right after you put C4 in the cot next to
He's
Carrie.
like ready to go relax. He's about to like start. He has like these little like figurines that he makes, and he's about to go to his room to get it. And he like opens the drawer to take out the supplies to make the figurines. And then he hears the alarm bell for like the specifically the head janitor. And he just opens it, and then he just closes it. Closes his door for a moment. Dang it! And then he opens back up and heads over to Rufus. Well, what do you have for me?
If you wouldn't mind, could you please go and fetch the captain from the med bay? Sorry, I know you're just down there.
It's alright. Isn't
Appreciate
there an
it.
alarm bell specifically for the captain?
Hurry up, chore boy. I don't have time for this. Go grab him.
Alright. And he just heads back down to the med bay. And, Captain, hello, you here?
Hello, Bang.
It's actually Slater.
Good to see you, Bang.
Alright, I'm too tired for this. Rufus needs you.
Okay, hold my son.
What?
He just started like picking him out of the cot with like he has like that breathing respirator on. He goes, and he like just
Hold my son. Any more damage done to him will be held against you.
Dr. Spectre starts Dr. Spectre's like checking on C4's leg and goes, "You broke actually both how did this happen?" And then C4 just goes, "Spade knocked me out for the crow's nest."
His Spade's bed would be like above the med bay. He hears that and he goes, and like goes back under his covers and does that. This never happened.
So,
This never happened.
can I like set him down? Why am I holding him?
He's allergic to the bed that he's been sleeping on.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Where do you want me to take him? Do you want me to just like take him
Just
around?
rock him to sleep. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 days.
Okay. I've never. He's like awkwardly.
We're gonna
holding-
roll. We're gonna
It's
roll
like-
to see how well you can.
Oh no!
You rolled a 1. You rolled a 1.
Does he drop him before I even leave?
he like rocks him and accidentally throws him.
And he goes, "What?" And you literally hear a as you threw him into a
Oh,
shelf.
bro.
You
And
threw
he
him
just
into a
like
shelf and it just crashes on
and
him.
he just keeps doing like the like when he like jolts every time it like makes noise. He just jolts.
Oh, I'm
He's
not done yet. When the bookshelf falls on him, he rolls and he starts falling down the staircase to the cellar. And you hear this and you just hear this one guy go, "Oh my! Oh my leg!" And then like Dr. Spectre literally he was like checking out him and they, like the whole room just goes silent and like everyone just stops and looks at you.
He's literally just like.
Spade, wake up from this.
Everyone does.
I'm dead. I died.
No, Colton, you were walking down the stairs. You like went. You like left your room and you went down to the cellar to look for like some new books or something to read about like devil fruits. And you look up and after the guy that broke his leg comes rolling down the stairs, you catch him and you go, "What's that about?" And then you see a freaking bookcase with Harold like crunch underneath, smacking to you.
Harry.
Harry, sorry, not Harold.
Harold
And
sucks.
now you guys are like in a massive pile at the bottom of the stairs, and you hear Harold. You hear Harry just go.
Alright, I'm gonna go pick up Harry.
And just as this is happening, he like slowly backs out of the room.
Wait!
And
Don't leave, Bang. I pick up Harry, and I'm like, that's alright. He's just the manager of the cleaning department. I don't trust him with very many things, so I kind of expected something like this to happen.
Dr. Spectre literally like takes one look at Harry and just goes, "Bro,
Dr. Spectre, don't talk.
I just was-
Don't talk.
I think he
Don't talk. Do your job. Don't talk. Yeah.
He's
Okay. And then I go back up to Heath.
And he just raises his hand to speak, and he's like shaking.
Put your hand down. Hold my son. Treat this thing like you treat your most favorite figurine. I know some of your hobbies, you know. I don't absolutely hate you. I'm trusting you with this task again because we all make mistakes. Harry, you'll be all right.
Harry literally just goes,
Okay, I put my hand on him and use the heal fruit.
Okay,
It
good.
was worse than fighting James.
11. You heal and like and
As long as he's functionable.
Dr.
Yeah,
Dr.
as long as he's not in critical
Dr.
condition.
Spectre like takes a look and goes, well, at least you stopped the internal bleeding from all the arteries you got destroyed.
Spectre, the reason why I'm telling you not to talk is because I know how badly he messed up. And then I go upstairs. Remember, this is your prized figurine, essentially.
As you three are convening, the last thing that Dr. Spectre does is he turns to Heath and he goes, you broke every bone in Harry's body.
I will not do that again.
Let
Spade,
me
hears,
hold
Spade
the
hears this
child."
boy walking up the
Uh-huh.
stairs. Spade heard that when he's walking up the stairs and gives you like the Yelena stare.
And he does hold on to him. He he tries again.
You got this, Heath. I'm trusting you and only you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Alright, so the three of you convene in Beckett's quarters, all you guys sitting on your chairs. Rufus?
Last night, when I was doing some research into my devil fruits, I had this strange sensation happen whenever I think some magnitude of hockey was reached that I've never experienced before, and it did something to me, and it felt like something happened on my back, and when I tried to see what it was, there seemed to be some kind of energy emanating from my back, and I'm going to take off my cloak and my nightgown.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are you getting naked?
He is in fact not.
Dang it.
And I'll just be like,
Pause?
and I'll just be like, Beckett, if you could, do you think you could reach that same magnitude of hockey, just to see if it might happen again?
I see. Well, I do. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm tracking. I was confused for a minute, mostly because you used the emergency bottle of random liquid that I have on my nightstand at all times to splash in my face. Usually I told Quinn if there's ever an emergency to splash it on my face, so that's why I reacted how I did. So now you know. Don't tell anyone else. It stays in this room.
Yep. Secret.
It also,
Of course.
it also changes. The liquid is also different every time, so be careful when you use it.
When you said that, this doesn't leave the room. Craven wandered into the room for 5 seconds, heard that, and goes,
I use Conquerors on Craven.
he's dead.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. He is like level like 20. No, he's level 7. Yeah, he's just.
No, I'm not trying to knock him out. I'm trying to be like, don't say anything.
He just starts shaking violently and just goes, okay, and he just walks and closes the door.
But did the people in the is it delivery department?
You mean Eric and Paul?
Yep. Did they hear it? They did.
The
27.
The receivers.
You hear they're
They
literally
did it on the
back-
intercom. So Beckett Ford says this.
No, they just don't.
Did
know.
bang you?
No, stop rolling.
Okay, it was a 30.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyways,
Okay. Do you know how much hockey it needs exactly to show it, or?
Just however you can recreate the circumstances that were shown last night, I guess.
All right, and then just gonna clap my hands together, and I'm just gonna open them, and I'm gonna make a ball of hockey. Just a pure condensed ball of the hockey I can create.
all right. So Cook and Beckett, once you activate your beyond, like a small portion of your level 35 hockey, Beckett, you and Cook see on Rufus's back a large portion of this like green hockey just surfaces itself on his back. It looks to be some part of a map. And as you're looking at it, neither one of you guys have I don't think either one of you guys would have a lot of experience with cartography.
Can I summon Malka?
Sure. Can I summon? You don't need a roll for that. You would just need to call for him. He's always on the deck next to Boggle. And so when you call for him, he comes down and Malka looks at it and he kind of looks at it for a second and goes, well, that's interesting. The ability to be able to transmute something fit like a physical hockey tattoo onto another person is nearly an impossible feat. Only one of the top 7 most powerful hockey users will be capable of actually being able to pull this off. And as far as I know, I don't think you know many of them. I mean, besides Beckett over there. But regardless, this text over here on the left side, it's an ancient language that I'm not familiar with. But what I can kind of make out a couple of the letters based off of what my mom raised me and my brothers off of when we were in our Bacta tanks. It looks to be something about finding the portions. Perhaps it means something along the lines of finding more pieces of the map. I can tell that this isn't complete because you can see where the trail heads off on the right, over your left or your right arm and past your hand. You look to be in access of maybe one of several parts of some sort of very important map. Whatever it is, someone of great power decided to give you this clue. Interesting.
All right, Malka, I have a job for you.
Yes, sir.
Record this map. Make sure we have our own copy. That way we don't have to keep introducing him to hockey just to look at it.
Understood. If you wouldn't mind, Rufus, please turn around. And he pulls out this, he walks back to the corner of your room and he pulls out this massive thing of parchment. He flats it out and goes, Craven, I know you're right outside. You have paint on you, right? For your tattoo artistry? And you hear from outside Craven goes, huh? Oh, yeah. And he runs and he goes, I'm doing something. Wait, here. And he pulls out this very old paintbrush. The bristles on it are super old and yellow. And he just grabs it and he goes, and then Malco just goes, dude, just shut up, give me a second. And he starts painting out the map. And it takes no time flat as he's a very experienced cartographer.
No.
One of the best.
All right.
Other than one other guy. Anyways, he writes down the map and he prints it off. And you guys can take a better look at it. And, Rufus, since you wouldn't be able to see the text on your back, you look down at what was written down. And as you look at the text, you still aren't really able to translate what it means, but you have seen this ancient language before. You have a small flashback to one night coming down the stairs and seeing your father working tirelessly on this journal. And as you approached him and he picked you up and put you on his lap, you looked over and you saw what he was writing. And he was writing in this ancient text. But just as soon as that flashback appears in your mind, it disappears. As this fuzzy kind of television static overcomes your mind as you try to lean in and try to go, man, what was that about? What was he writing about? But you can't for the life of you remember what exactly he was writing for.
Dang.
I'll just be like, I had a sudden recollection of something having to do with this language. I'm familiar with it, but I can't understand it. But I know that it's from my past. I just can't remember where.
If only we had something that could help with your memory.
Maybe.
Do you remember anything about your childhood where this might have possibly taken place?
I don't remember much about my childhood, actually. I feel like a portion of my memory is just wiped or somehow gone from those days. But I do remember that my mother and father they were also devil fruit hunters. They were the collectors who inspired me to become a traveling tradesman of the devil fruit variety. But other than that, I know that they were always focused on trying to get this one very powerful devil fruit, but I can't recall what it was. I was just too young.
You look up as Craven and Malkar kind of look at each other, and Craven kind of goes, okay, so you don't really remember much about your childhood.
Do you remember?
But something about this map has to do with it, clearly. Well, what do you think, Malka? And Malka kind of looks around the room and he goes, well, do you remember where exactly you grew up? Perhaps if we were to return to your place of origins, maybe we can find your parents. Are they still alive? Do you know?
I remember one dark day where my father was brutally killed by a pirate. I'm not sure what happened to my mother after that, but I've been running ever since the day that my father told me to run, and I've never returned home.
Well, maybe it's time we finally do that. Do you remember what the name of the island you were raised on is?
I don't, but I might have a lead, and I'm going to tap Quinn on the shoulder, and I'll be like, "May I have a private word with you out on deck?"
Of course, my good sir.
As you guys approach, Craven kind of slowly starts trying to follow, and Malka picks him up with one hand and just drags him into a closet and locks him in it.
Oh my goodness.
And you hear Craven go,
Nah,
Malka,
Craven-
that's not cool, man.
Craven's misunderstood.
And then you hear Malka
Binding of Isaac reference?
Malka looks over to Beckett and he kind of goes, we need to work on this with Craven. He's just wandering into people's private studies.
Don't worry. I am just the person to put on this really menial task.
Heath Slater?
Heath.
Yeah. Oh, you actually remember his name?
Yeah, well, he got promoted, so.
Oh, that makes sense. What if, I don't even know if Craven's worth Heath's time. What if we put him with Harold?
Oh!
Dang.
No, don't do a bro like that.
No, because you see, Harold can actually best Heath Slater in combat.
You hear in the closet, you hear Craven start sobbing and he goes, I'm just misunderstood. Please don't put me
There
with
is something I
Harold."
want to do with Craven though, but before we actually get started.
But regardless, alright. The two of you walk onto deck and everyone, with the exception of Craven, who is now locked into a closet, everyone gives you guys space. Lets you understand that this is a private conversation, and they leave you to it.
Just be like, "Captain, what do you make of all this?"
Sounds like you have a lot of unexplored childhood trauma. Maybe I should simulate one of your parents so we can unlock some of those memories? That's about what I'm taking from it.
As strange as that might be, I think I have a different lead.
All right.
And,
Sounds good to me.
And I'm going to pull a letter out of my back pocket, and I'm going to show it to Quinn, and I'm going to say, "I received this strange letter after our last encounter with the Bounty Hunters Guild, and it's an invitation to go to an auction house, and it was signed by the name of my own mother."
Oh.
And she gave each of us tickets as a way of entry into this auction. But I'm wondering if that's something that you think that we should do as a crew, or if it sounds like a trap.
We have the numbers to split off.
That is true.
Because we have kind of merged with the Bounty Hunter Association, I believe we could send important members to the auction and leave a decent amount to protect the ship and everything on it.
All right. If that's what you think is best, then I do have to say I'm quite interested to see what my mother's up to these days.
Hey man, I feel you. It's been a while since I've seen my own father, so I'd do anything to do that, so I'll help you out too, my friend.
Thank you, Captain.
Disclosing to the letter and something that Rufus didn't see at first notice, but now looks as he picks up the letter and he turns it over to the light. You see printed at the small, kind of on the bottom half of the letter, you see that there are, it basically describes where you're supposed to go. And you will be headed to your home island, an island known as Kratos Island. Now, when obviously one of you guys would mention this to Malka, and when you say the name Kratos Island to Malka, his eyebrows raise. He turns to Boggle, says something really quick. Boggle nods his head, and as he's been doing ever since you guys first got him onto the crew, he just heaves hose, and just oh my goodness, he goes in the direction of Kratos Island. Malka turns to the rest of you guys and he goes, Captain, if you wouldn't mind, I think it's very important if we address exactly what Kratos Island is to the whole crew.
Is it?
It's actually important for this one.
How important? Is it important enough to where it would scare some people off from doing this?
It would be bad enough where it would at least be a smart decision to let everyone be aware that there might be attempts to break into the ship.
Malka, you're so much more than a cartographer.
I've seen and done a lot of things, sir. I try to do my best to help around.
All right, then we should let it be known. I first walk up to Jackboot, and I'm like, Jackboot, I have a special request for breakfast. Tuna toothpaste porridge. My dad made it for me every day when I grew up, and I'd love to start waking up to it again.
Jackboot, with a pained expression on her face, she rests her head in her hands and she says, "All right, if anyone can make that edible, it's me."
And then I relay the information to specifically Jackboot first.
Of what Malka was talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, for your helping hand, I'll let you know first about Kratos Island.
Kratos Island is the home of the black market. Any sort of seedy character would be on this island. It is home to, and this is what the tickets are specifically for, it is home to the Black Market Gala. Basically, it is a combination of both a massive, ball, where all the very important, influential political figures would visit, but it also doubles up as the home of this massive black market, auction, where not only exotic weapons, but exotic animals, exotic people, which is something that Malka very descriptively describes to everyone as he goes, robots, humans, doesn't matter what the race. People on Kratos Island have no ethics, and as such, slavery exists. I know that how we all feel strongly about such a subject, but I highly suggest not trying to intervene. As strong as we are, we don't know who or what could be there at this moment.
Oh, I remember this place. This might not be good for me.
Probably not.
Malka? Did you say you were a cartographer?
Yes.
And I'm not worried about, finding anything or anybody, but you see, I've had to rescue the celestial dragons there a lot. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a boarding party that gets onto our ship the moment we arrive.
It's entirely possible. But in any case, as I was saying, he's pointedly ignoring you, Spade.
I'm going to be like, my uncle, my father used to talk about him. He's a cartographer in Lucas Lockhart's days. And people would say he's unfair and biased towards people. Do you know his name?
No.
So Jackboot turns to the captain, who has been telling her some of this.
Yeah, this is...
No.
As the captain is reminiscing about when Malka told him all this, so Jackboot says, "Well, you know how I've been pushing for us to expand our influence, but I think we are about to walk into a den of thieves, and we should be very careful about who we identify ourselves as Navy to."
That is true.
Of
And
course.
as something as Captain Cook remembers Malka saying is, the Navy is extremely, let's just say the people of Kratos Island don't exactly look favorably on them. Since the Celestial Dragons, like Beckett was saying earlier, used to be involved heavily in not only the slave trade, but most of the black market dealings and auctions, a lot of the people don't really trust the Navy. The old one, anyways. The new one isn't much better. Johnny Ford's in Cogsworth recently, and he pulls out this newspaper, he goes, They recently joined forces for the first time, making an official Yonko combination force known as the Aberration Confederacy. The new Navy and the Aberration Confederacy, send troops regularly. However, all they really do is maintain little to no order. They really don't do much. In fact, most of them just help out with all the black market dealings instead of actually looking for justice. As such, the poor side of Kratos Island, about 50%, take matters into their own hands. Vigilantes of all sorts of different names and places and races take matters into their own hands and do justice on their own. That's why I highly encourage not trying to draw that much attention to yourselves. Even if you don't mess with anyone from the black market, just the normal citizens of Kratos Island could try to kill you.
Well, shall we have Heath Slater conjure up some fake identities?
I could.
Heath, that's on you. But,
Thanks, Brown.
When do
the last thing
when do I stop holding this child?
Oh, someone help him out with that. Your group.
Spectre,
Like what?
you can hold the child.
All right,
Can I
Captain.
talk to
I'm gonna
Kratos?
slowly slip a piece of paper to Quinn. And that piece of paper is Heath Slater's bounty.
Gentlemen in jackboot, let's make sure to bring that chest of 10 billion berries. We're gonna want to spend some money, I have a feeling.
I grab all of it. I'm kidding. Using the Reaper's
I grab all of it.
Yeah.
What is
yeah,
it?
you got the whole-
The last thing that Malka says is as you guys can decide for yourselves how you guys are gonna finish things up. It'll take a full day of travel, so you guys got time to do things if you need to. He looks at you and goes, the one thing that I find extremely crazy is the fact that all this time I knew your mother by her maiden name. Not your last name of Forney's. Your mother Ursula. She's the one in charge of the black market auctions. Somehow your father must have, turned her off of her life of crime. I heard that she had retired for some 20-something years, but recently I heard that she started picking those things back up again. This advertisement is for the last auction. Seems almost foreboding if you ask me. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, how well do you really know your mom?
From what I can remember, she always took care of me, and she always loved me and gave me the best that she could. But
Interesting. Condolences about your father.
thank you.
Some of us never have the luxury of having a fatherhood figure. So, I can kind of understand the experience of loss at a young age. Anyways. Vogel, hit that button right there. Tony, did you add that one combustion engine? All at once, the ship rockets forward. You guys have a full 24 hours before you reach Kratos Island.
How many times do I get to eat tuna toothpaste porridge?
Depends on how many meals you're trying to have it for.
How many breakfasts are we having in 24 hours?
Besides the one that you're just having now, it would be one more.
As captain, you may have breakfast for whatever meal you want. Especially considering your idea of breakfast is not exactly orthodox breakfast.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
How do you feel about that?
Okay,
One.
can I
James,
interact
can
with
you hear me?
Craven now?
What? Remember Watchtower Island?
No, the big mic is on.
Where we
Is it on?
turned
Yeah,
you
you're
in
on.
for your bounty, and then it was a fake.
This is on.
I think we should do that again.
No, it wasn't very fun.
Get really close.
It's okay, it'll work out.
Just for a second.
Ben?
Bang.
Hold on.
A little weird.
We're definitely
it'll
gonna need
work.
to edit this recording. We're gonna have to figure out that. We're gonna have to figure that.
We gotta
I'm
splice
gonna
it.
timestamp
You
this.
are my Ben?
It's very much in the background. And don't worry, we can splice this. It's just gonna take a little bit of splicing.
Paul, talking to it real quick.
Just dips.
Ben.
Something about
Ben.
touching the mic, I think, is killing it. Which makes sense because it was
Ben.
tilted over and it disconnected when I tilted it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Okay, so
It's touchy there.
It's touchy.
Yeah.
It seems fine.
Okay.
Does it? Hold up. Let me hear it.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
we're
a little
gonna
bit further away, but we
nice
have the
close
big
bend.
mic. We have the big mic kind of turned up a little bit more.
Man.
Yeah, you're on.
okay.
Okay.
If you tap it at all,
Yeah, don't touch
it's
it,
liable to.
basically.
I'm gonna straighten the cord one time, hopefully. Just to
So fire.
this should.
Okay, that picked it up. It's on again.
Man.
Bang.
Man.
Dude.
Yeah, you guys are being picked up.
Okay, where were we?
They're being banged up.
Well,
Alright,
after.
let's resume.
All right, we're resuming. All right, you guys were told everything that Malka knows about the island, and now you guys are clear to do. If you have any interactions you need to do with crew members or NPCs, you can do them now.
That's
Okay.
me.
Oh well, Colton's been waiting to say something to Craven.
Oh,
so yeah,
yes.
let him do that.
Okay.
And then you can do something. Heath.
I'm gonna walk up to Craven's room, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, brother, give a bro a tat." And then I'm gonna get one with like a buff hornet, and it's gonna be him like holding the Grim Reaper by his throat.
All right, where Craven he's very excited. No one has ever asked him for a tattoo since he's been on board, and he goes, "Where do you want it? Where do you want it?"
I'm gonna be like, "Give it on my back."
I got you, man. Turn around. And he like with a skill and precision that no one would expect from this dunderhead, he manages to put on this magnificent tattoo on your back. He kind of looks and he nods to himself and goes, "Now, the thing about tattoos is, well, the thing about my special paint from Skypia, it doesn't go away anytime soon. So, it's gonna stay with you for at least 20 years, and then it's gonna like start crumbling a little bit, like paint does when it dries.
Sit.
Yeah, but it'll
what,
stay
Craven?
with you for a while.
You're not that bad.
Hey, I appreciate it. It's about time someone notices I got some talent."
I'll spread the word that you know what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man.
Peace out.
You see him, like, as soon as you leave, you see him start experimenting with the 2 devil fruits that he ate in the last episode. The wax, and silver. As you see him kind of go like this with his hands, and he kind of goes, he makes a bowl, and he goes, "Ha!" And he starts throwing some fruit in it, and just goes,
Hey, you wanna? I did not just see you eat that.
It's just normal fruit. It's normal fruit.
Okay, I thought you said like with
No,
wax.
no.
Okay.
He didn't.
I
He knows.
specifically made
Rufus,
sure that he would
Rufus-
not.
Yeah, Rufus
gonna-
would kill him. At the
I'm gonna
end.
be like, I could show you how to use your devil fruits.
Are
Dang.
you asking me to train with you?
My training might be a little more cruel than you think, but it's the only way I know how to train people.
I know that Apollo's training right now. Let's join him. The 3 of us.
Thanks
Apollo
back
and
to
I
my teaching.
don't see eye to eye, you see. But
That's fair. We can go to the other side of the ship.
Okay.
Or let's do it.
All right.
So you guys go off, and you guys are going to be spending the day training. All right, Heath, you had
Sweet.
something.
So Heath Slater, he finished, he started immediately, and he actually feels really good about the identities and disguises he made, actually, for people. And you guys can kind of describe what your disguise or identification looks
I'm
like.
just gonna
If you
be
say
in
it.
my pajamas.
But no, and then afterwards, he forgets something. He's like, "Oh, dumb me," and he goes up to Quinn Cook, wherever he's at.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Captain, I forgot to give you this, but Harry actually, as I was spending time with him, he actually helped me make a figurine that looks like you. So
Oh,
This is
that's
from him.
awesome. I'm gonna put it in my lapel pocket.
That is so cute.
Harry did? That's
Yeah,
actually so
yeah.
wholesome. Okay.
and then he just kind of
My prized possession.
And then just kind of, there you go, Captain. No problem.
All right.
I'm gonna use my wish.
Any
And
other
then-
interaction? Oh,
I also had another one.
okay.
With Yosai.
Go on.
With Yosai?
Yosai does not exist.
Said no one ever.
Yeah.
I love
Good,
Ryan.
Ryan.
We love Ryan. Average Ryan W.
Can we please get a call on our dead mushy at some point this episode?
I got you.
Alright.
It'll take a minute.
Uh-huh.
bud.
And then he goes up to actually Craven. I'm gonna talk with Craven.
Also, all right, you see as Craven and Spade are approaching the training ground, something that Tony Kellogg overnight, with help from Boggle, Malka, and Apollo, created some training dummies.
That's cool.
Yeah, up on the top end of the ship. He made like a little, you have a massive ship. As such, Tony, with some help of being held up, he made a platform off on the left side of the ship that is like, there's some supports on the bottom, but it's like a circle fighting ring just built in onto the side of the ship. It's very unconventional, but you can do some training on there, and it's big enough for at least 6 people to be training at one time. So, anyways, yeah, you see them approaching it.
And he looks at him. It's like, hey guys, how you guys doing?
Oh, well, I'm doing pretty good. Spade and I are gonna do some training.
Oh, sweet. What you got there?
Mangoes?
Ooh, can I have one?
No. You're Heath Slater.
Yeah, like mangoes are my favorite.
I don't want them.
All right.
You here, and he has like that loincloth around his waist. He literally goes like this, like behind, like near where his butt is, and you hear him like you just hear, and he pulls out like this orange. He has this orange, and he just goes
Look
over
at the
that.
Christmas chocolate orange.
He has like this orange. And he just hurls it.
And he just like dodges out of the way. He's like, I don't really want that one.
Bro got the Terry's orange.
You just watch this Griffin just goes.
Stop, dude. You're about to make me puke. He does not say
He
bad.
did not say that. I knew that was gonna get him.
And then he just says, "Bye, guys. I gotta go talk to someone." And Heath Slater's gonna walk up to C4.
C4 is still in the break. His legs are both kind of like messed up. And you give him this yeah, he's like, yeah.
My bad, bro.
When you approach, it's just like his emu is like down at his feet, kind of like a dog resting its long necked beak around his like one of his knees, and he's just kind of like careful. Heath, hey buddy, how's it going?
I'm doing all right, actually. How about you? Are you all right? I mean, I know you.
No, he just.
But no, I know you're in a pretty bad state right now. But I had
In a pretty bad state. I can't walk. And the captain doesn't like me, so he's not gonna heal me like he did for his kid. And you look over, you see Harry has a full body cast, but he has like a juice box. Just it is like there's like a little like juice. One just like Dr. Spector's like having him drink some apple juice, and Harry just goes, and then he like looks over to him and he goes, and C4 just kind of like looks at me, just goes. And he tries to like swing, and the emu like puts its head in front of the
and he just like holds it. It's like, dude, I had a question. If that's okay now.
Okay, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so what the heck was that earlier? When I punched through Bomello, you were like in my head and like
I have level 30 hockey, but unfortunately in all of the training with my hockey, my father only taught me observation and some armament for my long range abilities. Like my explosive eggs that my emu can shoot out of its butt. But in any case, I have the highest proficiency of observation that a person could possibly get to. But it doesn't really matter. I can read your mind.
How did I use that? Like what? My hand like turned like metal, and I just like literally punched through the guy.
Yeah, that's called armament. You dingus. Have you not seen everybody use it?
No!
Everybody's been using it. You're like the only one that hasn't been using it recently.
Well, maybe it's because I didn't have it unlocked, dude.
Well, now you have it unlocked, and I helped.
How do I know what level I'm at?
There's a difference in. Well, look. Some people just instinctively are able to tell. Others takes a wiser head. Someone that has been proficient in hockey for a long time. Normally, those type of individuals, not like Beckett. Beckett sleeps instead of trying to study
Yeah,
opponents.
he sleeps a
as
lot.
of recently.
He-
Well,
he
yeah.
does too
But
much, actually.
There are certain people that have specific sets of skills for solely being able to tell a person's hockey level and what they can get to. Who knows? Maybe there's one of those guys on that island that we're headed to. Sounds to me like anybody could be there.
Yeah.
I wanted to really make it to the island and be able to like look around. Spectre! And Spectre kind of like looks up
Who's
after
Spectre?
feeding the doctor.
Oh yeah.
And he like turns over and goes, "What? C4? Is it possible that I could get like a wheelchair and he could like take me to the island?" I was gonna give it to Harry. I could get Tony to make another one, but you can't walk. What are you wanting to do there? That's so that you need to go and see.
Here, let me see if I can do something real quick. Let me see if I can do something. And he goes back to the captain. Hey, Captain, sir?
Yeah.
Dude.
I had a proposition for you, if you'd be willing to listen.
I'm possibly listening.
So, I had... You know you have your healing power thing, right?
Yeah.
I would be willing to make a trade for you to use that.
Oh, okay.
I would be willing to take a pay cut and a demotion so that C4 can be healed and go on the mission with us. Because he really wants to see that island.
Well, I think you have me misunderstood here, Bang. I was planning on going down there and healing both of them. I'm just planning out how I'm going to spend my day with Harry once he's
I
back.
understand.
I'm just writing down plans. I want to take him around the ship, see what he wants to do. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll go down there right now.
Okay.
14.
You're in the process.
You managed to, I mean, it's like a constant treatment. It's going to take a lot longer. I mean, you get some progressive, like, help with the recovery. You accelerate it, but there's not much. It's not your main fruit, so the abilities are extremely dampened. Even with the awakened copy. If someone had the actual fruit, then they would be able to do it a little bit better. But you're working. You can already tell that like the pale complexion on C4's face kind of like softens to its normal normal hue.
And then Heath is gonna the final interaction with the crew. Heath is gonna go up to Beckett Ford's, and he's gonna like knock on the door, and he just walks. He like walks in and he looks at him and just barges in. And then he grabs his mop and he tries to hit him across the face with it.
With the lazy,
do it
sleepy
again.
hand, Beckett blocks the mop.
And he tries to do it again.
Gonna wake up because of my passive observation hockey and be like, what are you doing? You can't mop a wall, you idiot.
No, I was trying to wake you up.
What are you trying to wake me up? Why didn't you use the wake up bell on the desk? Why does nobody use the wake up bell on the desk?
There's a wake up bell on the desk.
It's right there. It says wake up carved into it.
And you literally look, and there's like this comically large bell that's just like it's almost like falling off of the desk with how large.
And he
it
just
is.
does it like a test ring.
See? There you go. Alright, what do you want?
So I had an idea. You remember that bounty I have?
Yeah, the one I was gonna turn you in for again at this island.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna. You remember that first island where I turned you in?
Yeah.
And I made a fake version of you, or I mean, you made a fake version.
Yeah,
Of you.
where
and
I
then we
was-
collected the thing anyways. We were
Yeah.
gonna do that, but without the fake version of you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I as a GM, I do want to point out when you turn him in for that bounty, like the bounty went off. So like he's still like people would some people might be able to still recognize him from like the old bounties, but they've been taken down because people believe because of the very convincing double that he made that Xbox Man 100% believed was the real Keith Slater.
Wait, so
No one, there's no bounty to be given anymore. So even
Well, luckily I'm not smart enough to realize that.
that's fair.
So you're actually gonna turn me in?
Yeah.
Why?
Not? I mean, I don't know. We were running really low on funds. I mean, I noticed we've only spent 1,000 berries, and
Of the 10 billion?
yeah, and I noticed we were getting kind of low on funds. So
Okay. Beckett.
I mean, we've had to
I was
take
gonna
like
suggest I spend more time today to make a more convincing fake. But
I mean, yeah, the most convincing fake would be you, right? Don't worry, I've got a backup plan for that.
what's your backup plan?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, go train with the kids or something. I'm gonna pick up Heath Slater and throw him to the training ground.
Just throw him through the ship?
Yep.
And he just
Heath goes flying out and he lands in front of like where Harold is trying to like practice sword drills, and he goes, "Oh, there's my favorite training partner. Who's ready to get his butt whooped again?"
Do you want me to hit you with the mop end or the spear end?
Just try it. I bet I could beat you. I've been training really
He just
hard.
slaps him with the mop.
He instantly gets knocked out. And when you do that, Kangoro, who he's relaxing on the front deck, getting his suntan with Tony Kellogg, the old man, and both of them start clapping. But they 100% because they aren't looking thought that Harold beat you. And they go, and you hear Kangoro go, "That's a good swing, Harold. Keep it up." And Tony just goes, "Man, that Heath guy. I thought he was improving, but seems like he got beaten by Harold once again."
You know what? Just to accentuate, just to help Harold out a little more, he just he goes on the ground and he just makes a sound. He just groans and
Literally, Harold is knocked, he's out. You literally, he's just laid out, and you see one of the other junior mop boys walks over and starts scooping him up into a dustpan and starts
and he just
moving him
grabs
around.
the mop and he's like, "This one's not gonna be mopped.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Go around."
Yes, sir.
Can you roll for training with Craven?
What do you mean?
I was literally
He's
training.
called
Oh,
Sir.
training? Or
Yeah.
trading?
Ooh,
Congratulations.
he's doing
You
good.
called
Plus,
Sir.
plus 3
Called
to
you Sir. Good job.
Yeah, the two of you guys
Yeah.
are actively doing good training.
Yeah, that's
he's
good.
actually learning. Okay, Jack Boot, it is now your turn.
All
And
right.
then, I shall say that once Jack Boot is done doing the interactions, we're gonna make it to the island. So,
All right. So Jackboot is wandering below decks, looking around for. Well, we scooped up a bunch of the bounty hunter guys onto our side, right? Or did we?
it was mostly the surviving members of the Assassins Guild that joined your group.
Right.
And so, yeah, there's about 50 new crew members.
Bang,
Do
bang,
any of
bang,
them appear to have guns?
There's a few, yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot of them, considering assassins typically use quieter weapons. There's a few that have guns.
I
can't believe I just saw that.
I find a few. I look for 4 of them, at least with a few of them being visibly armed with guns, and I'm holding the big chest of 9 billion berries because I think I spent 1 billion of it.
Yep.
And I say, "You 4, you're my lackeys. Hold this," and I drop it in front of them.
I'm not even gonna need you to roll for that, considering
Okay.
that you're one of the upper class crew members, and you're probably the most intimidating person in the group, or one of the most intimidating. So they go, "Yes, ma'am, sir, yes, ma'am, and they all they kind of their legs are shaking as they're trying to hold up this very large, heavy chest.
Okay. Can the 4 of them manage it, or did I?
Oh yeah, no, they can hold it.
Before we get there, I have one last interaction I want to do with Jack Boot.
Oh, with Jack.
Oh,
Boot,
okay.
I was-
So, Jack Boot is admiring the hard work that she's just done in delegating the chest to 4 other people.
and then you approach.
Yeah.
Spade's gonna do that. He's gonna walk up, and he's gonna be looking all scared and nervous, and then he's gonna be like, "Excuse me, ma'am. There's something I've always wanted to learn.
Hello, Spade.
Could you teach me how to cook?" My mom would always try, but I'd always burn the food because I'd be too rough and dumb-minded. But could you teach me how to cook?
Well, we're both out of luck because today all we're cooking is tuna toothpaste. Come with me.
Do that thing where like his eyes are.
It would do the thing where like it would zoom out and the entire crew does the
And we go to the kitchen, but she was only joking. We're only making a few servings of that for the captain. And yes, I go ahead and I try and teach Spade a little bit about cooking.
Plus 5 chef bonus. Okay,
Not
21.
Not bad.
Well, he's clearly an amateur.
He's very new, but he's getting the hang of it.
I'm teaching things like spices
Yeah.
and what spices go with what foods.
He found a special joy in cutting vegetables and like kind of more like the basic strong arm side of things, and so he helps dice up some stuff and helps, and he feels like for Spade he feels like he actually did a lot. In reality, really, he was only helping you with like a few of the appetizers, but
But it was nice to have a hand.
But yeah, and you did teach him some new things that he found very invaluable in terms of knowledge. But yeah, any other interactions that you want to have, Jackboot?
That's it for me.
All right, last check before we make it to Kratos Island. Any other interactions that need to be done or that you want to be done?
Just one right before we get off the ship.
Okay, one right up. Okay.
Can I heal Harry all the way? I want to, or at least have him walk.
Don't forget
we can
C4.
we can attempt. You need
We're
to
gonna
roll
get a
20 and
shot.
up. No. So
Heath Slater accidentally.
so here's the deal. And now Tony and Dr. Spectre did have a conversation, and they built out of wood a special wheelchair for C4. But Harry is still gonna need to be in a full cast. But Harry is very, very much interested in visiting the island as well, and that's why Dr. Spectre he has a wheelchair for that specific purpose. Anyways.
Alright. Heath Slater has all of the disguises ready and the identifications.
Mine breaks instantly when I try to put it on.
I love
He made an especially elaborate one for Beckett Fords because he knows he hates the island and people would recognize him, and then just poof.
There's also two people that absolutely refuse to try to wear a disguise or IDs, and that is Malka and Rock, your newest crewman.
Yeah,
Both of them are way too large.
Have
With
them
their
stay at the ship.
Rock and Malka.
Yeah, I mean disguises.
They're
are-
strong AF.
Yeah.
All right, they unironically are throughout the day and the little bit of time that Rock has joined your crew, they are literally best friends.
Oh, I bet.
Nice.
They literally
nice.
they're almost the
Yeah.
exact.
Yeah.
They have the exact
They're
same
the
ideologies.
bros.
They're unironically, even though, since Rock is significantly younger than Malka, Malka's 38, and Rock is only just 18. Malka takes upon himself to kind of teach Rock a lot of important life lessons, since both of Rock's parental figures are not with him.
Wait, how old is Rock right now?
18. I just said.
So about my age.
Yep, you guys are about the same age, except Rock is 10 feet taller than you.
Yeah.
I would say he's his height. How tall is Kaido? Does anyone know?
Wasn't he 26 feet?
He's
or
like,
something?
I know he's about the size of
something
Edward
ridiculous.
Newgate or Whitebeard. So he's probably almost 18.
Whitebeard was 26 feet tall.
I would say Rock at the moment, since he's still growing, would be at least 20 feet.
Dang.
So he's a big boy. He's bigger than Malka. Malka's only 6'8". But he's so Rock is insanely large.
Yeah.
But in any case, you guys approach, and
For when we go onto the island, specifically Heath Slater's and C4's disguise, because they're gonna be going together. They have a mother and son combo. C4's in the wheelchair dressed like a Russian.
That is so
babushka.
cool.
And then Heath just has like
a bonnet. Please tell me.
no,
there's
like a Russian tracksuit.
That's
He has
so
the
cool.
Adidas tracksuit. He's
That's
got,
so
the,
fire.
the special hat. And he's just got different hair, like
So-
a wig.
My disguise is just my sleepwear. The yellow and black pajamas with the ball hat.
All right.
Jackboot isn't disguised at all, and she just has her 4 assassin lackeys carrying the chest. and just walking in boldly.
All right.
Just did not get the memo.
Stay close to them to like make sure that the chest doesn't get stolen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm keeping a close eye on the assassin lackeys.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Before the
I'll-
chest gets too far, I'm just gonna.
Well, I wanted the captain to be here to ask the following question: Is Rock? I'm assuming that Rock and Monka are the only like named NPCs that we plan on keeping on the ship.
Spartacan?
Spartacanism. So you guys had the choice of choosing someone from the Vinland Pirates to be your representative for Jacob's like faction, and you guys chose Rock. So Rock is the only member of the Vinland Pirates that is a part of your crew. The other
Then
ones have
Paul,
other
Eric, Cookie. I don't really see much of a reason for Craven or
Xena.
Xena to come with either.
Xena's low-key bad. Remember, I rolled a 28
I mean,
with a strategist bonus.
Strategist bonus.
So okay, so you guys.
Actually,
Yes.
right before we leave, I can't find the captain, but I asked the admiral,
Yep.
should we really bring all this money with us, or should we just bring a little?
well, I'll keep $1 billion on me just in case.
Make that on me too.
you see
Hands out, Spade.
you see Craven go, oh, and $1 million for me too, and then like all at once everyone just beats the crap out of it.
Wait, how good do we jump him?
Yeah.
How good do we jump him?
Not it literally
We
does
all
the
get
dust-
like one hit.
No,
We all
you
get,
guys
like-
do the dust cloud, and then when it does it, he literally has like the icon, and he's just gotta go. Oh.
You know what, Craven? Just because I feel bad for you here's Heath Slater's pay for a month.
Okay, so well, the captain's
He's
back.
also
So,
Okay.
so who?
for him and C.
I say to the captain,
for C4.
one last time, because I see that he,
Pause with that.
after we finish jumping Craven, I asked the captain, should we really bring all this money, or should we just bring a little bit of it for bartering?
3 billion, cut and dry. That's what we're bringing.
Right? And I have my lackeys count out.
Yeah, they literally like
count out 3
every
billion
yeah
into
they
another
literally
chest.
they pull it off. So with that note, the last thing I'm going to say before you guys I presumably get off your ship, I was discussing amongst them. So are Malka and Rock the only members of the only NPCs other than like the normal people that stay on the ship that you want to keep on the ship?
70 bodyguards or 70 whatever they're called.
Assassins.
Yeah. All of the guys that we have taken will stay there as well.
We have good numbers.
You know
And
what?
then we'll keep
Bang.
Boggle up there because I feel like we're not gonna run into any robots that we would like need to communicate with.
Okay, if you want to leave him, that's fine. Yeah.
Leave Boggle there.
I'm gonna take Heath Slater's lackeys with me.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for their disguise, they're dressed as just like band groupies.
I think we'll keep Xena on the boat too, just because I'm not trying to have anything happen, and I know.
And
she's
trust me,
powerful.
something would happen if she were to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, now I know for sure to keep her on the boat.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, just in case.
I'm trying to do a better job of having the NPCs actually have character, and that's why first off, Dr. Spectre's straight up just disrespectful sometimes, and yeah, Xena actively is like,
Okay, and
always
then
looking
we're
for
gonna
trouble.
bring Paul and Eric for accounting reasons.
dang, okay.
Like,
Paul and
who are
Eric,
bringing-
Paul and
oh,
Eric audibly they're talking amongst each other like how excited they are that they're
That's
like
cool.
actually doing something.
That's cool.
Also, I want to preface: me and Harry have like father-son disguise, and he has a balloon that says "It's my birthday."
Oh my goodness!
He's in like a full body
Oh,
cast.
he like it should be mentioned. He 100% believes that it is his birthday because he never, for his entire life, no one really told him
Oh
what
my
day his
gosh.
birthday was.
Wait, hold up. I
That's
give him a
so
present.
sad, but so sweet.
I give him a present.
What do you give him?
My cape.
Oh my, that is so.
I'm gonna be
fire.
like, and then I'm gonna like pat his head and be like, "Look at you, little guy. You're a little superhero."
He starts laughing and he just kind of goes, "This is the best birthday ever!" And he then goes, "Well, then again, I haven't really had a birthday before, but." And,
Well, this is your first one.
and you hear from behind, you hear Harold kind of go, "Never had a birthday."
Shut up, Harold. No one likes you.
Wait, I put
he
my
just, like-
hand on Harold's head, and with my other hand, I blast like a huge wave of black energy. This could be you. Watch yourself.
You literally see it's like Harold just starts going like, "Ah," and he runs up and he sits like.
Wait, but also I love you, Harold. I'm sorry. I just don't want you to think you're better than someone because you've had a birthday.
He just gently slaps Harold on the top of the head, and it's like, don't laugh at other people just because you have something they don't.
Okay. Sorry, Harry.
Just be better. And then I smile.
Yeah, don't end up like that guy.
That's just messed up. That guy is
You're
fire.
so right. And then like Craven starts talking and goes, oh, yeah.
You suck, Heath.
And then like he starts continuing eating his apparently bottomless pit of mangoes in
Okay.
his bowl.
At this point, Jackboot
He also
starts
just sneaks a mango.
starts casting nasty glances around at everybody.
Everyone lowers their gaze, besides
Except for
probably-
me, I
yeah.
honestly don't even notice it.
That's fair. I don't give the Admiral any nasty glances.
I'm also
I
going
respect
to.
him a lot.
I'm also going to actually pick up Xena. I'm going to put her in my jacket next to my money. You keep that safe.
How big is your jacket? Wait a minute.
Big enough to fit Pomelo.
Yeah, that's true.
And Heath Slater at the same time.
All right, well, we're not gonna question that.
Just
Okay,
absolutely
Bro's
fabulous.
jacket is the
So,
size of rock.
I've done the last two, like this entire week, Monday and Tuesday when I was at Self Checkout, I did a good deal of thinking about how I wanted to do this island. So I actually have like a big thing of describing about what this island actually looks like.
Here we go.
So, Kratos Island is roughly the same size as Greenland. It is a massive, large island.
Oh.
But the one interesting thing, and something that you guys would learn.
Just before we get into that, because of that fact, we're bringing the forklift
Oh, all right.
Forklift.
to traverse faster.
You guys
and
understand
also
that
to carry things.
really the place that you guys are going is to the island's capital, Citadel City, known for not only like the size of the city itself and the very dangerous and strange prototype weaponry that was experimented on by the Aberration Confederacy that now roams freely around the city, such as like special sorts of like robots that don't really seemingly have a purpose until you mess around with them. Different sorts of weapon prototypes that they openly test in the streets. It's a very unruly place, Citadel City. But the most interesting part is the topography. It is almost devoid of all sorts of trees, and it is permanently dark. The more closer you get into the center of the city, the darker it gets. It's unknown how they do it, but the main purpose is so you cannot see any instigators' faces. Being anonymous is the main thing about this island. In fact, almost everybody that is going to be present would be disguised or be wearing masks. The only people that never really wore masks to these special auctions would be the Celestial Draculas because no one dared to find them.
So, no one is gonna wish Harry a happy birthday, probably.
If you get a happy birthday, be very concerned because someone probably has a gun that they're about to fire off at the balloon.
Dude, if someone does that,
We're jumping them
All right,
immediately.
so as you guys get off the boat, the docks is about the same size as Auk Bay. This is just one of many docks. The docks that you got off on are more closer into the center of the island. There's special rivers that kind of lead down to different docks. And as you guys dock at one of the smaller ones, you guys notice this large metallic contraption. Now, your characters want to know what this is, but as a GM, I will describe it. It is basically it would basically look like a slightly larger than normal train with several cars onto the back end, about 20 in all. The main engine is triple the size of a normal tank, not tank engine. Well, yeah, tank engine. And on the back, like the 20th car in the back is this massive rocket. This thing in particular is, well, obviously a rocket car. A rocket train. Yeah, a rocket train. And so, as you guys approach, a man in a suit, the conductor, kind of with a brown mustache and a name tag that says Dave on it, with a clipboard in hand, he kind of goes, "All aboard for Citadel City." He turns and he looks at the rest of you and he kind of goes, "You guys planning on getting on or just standing there looking like a bunch of idiots?"
I think we're just gonna stand here.
Oh, hey, conductor, it's been a while.
Who are you?
Oh, yeah, it has been about, 12 years since the last time I've had to visit this place.
Okay, well, are you gonna get on?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
You see him look down at the clipboard. He kind of goes like this, and he goes like this, and he does the. Oh, right this way. Allow me to escort you to your guys' very
I'm gonna grab a
specific car. come this way. And he walks up and you guys follow. Every car has a total of maybe 8 seats, so you guys kind of can divvy up. You guys, I think your group would take up the majority of the train.
And Heath Slater just grabs his conductor's hat and puts it on Harry's head.
The conductor stops and looks at you and goes,
I'm gonna grab the conductor's flipboard.
22. You grab the clipboard and he just stands there and goes, bro, you break it? He just stands there and goes,
You know, this is the second time a clipboard has been broken in this campaign.
he literally just, you see a slight tear just run down his cheek as he just turns around and walks away.
Yeah, no, before he walks away, pocket, give me some money. And Xena's gonna hand me 100 berries. There you go. Get yourself
I'm gonna feel
a
bad.
good clipboard.
I'm gonna put it there and seal it with a diamond seal. Be like, now it's worth money.
Heath Slater does not give the hat back. He gave that to Harry.
He just stares at the rest of your crew. He frowns and just walks toward the engine. And you hear on the intercom system go, "We are about to head off to Citadel City. Please buckle up quick and make sure to move to the actual cars and stay away from the engine in the back of the train, please. Going in 3, 2, 1, and all at once it just. You guys go skyrocketing down the rails. Now, This is a very very specific roll. We're gonna see if any of you guys know. Okay, none of you guys know. Dang. As you guys are speeding along the track. Well, I mean, even with that 3, the 3 is that this specific person does get the jump on you, but you would be able to feel the bloodlust as the rocket car goes accelerating faster and faster down the track. This loud crashing noise occurs, and from the car that you guys are at, you see this imprint of a body hit the top of the train, and you watch and you hear as clomp clomp clomp. You know the sound of someone moving on the top end of the train.
Yeah,
you hear that. And right above Heath Slater's head, you see his 2 fists go breaking down through the top end of the ceiling, and then proceed to rip the whole top half of the car off. And there, the ceiling over his head is Ike Blaymore.
I knew it was gonna be a Blaymore.
Despite the fact that he did, abandon his brother at the Strong Arm Rumble, there's one thing, and this is something that Malka would have mentioned to use quietly, Heath, onto the side. Yeah, when a Blaymore brother is killed in combat, it doesn't matter how the brothers parted. If they are still within the main Blaymore programming, so to speak, they will have immediate bloodlust when it comes to someone that kills a sibling. Malka completely went against the Blaymore brothers, kind of biological
so he was no
creation.
longer...
So Malka doesn't have that. But if someone were to kill any of you guys, the training would go in sync, and Malka would do whatever it took to kill the person that hurt you.
I'm like, Ike, weren't you the one that did nothing?
As he does not answer you, he's solely looking at Heath.
Oh, hey, look, it's the one who killed your brother right there below you.
As he's trying to say who are you looking for?
Bang! Run!
You see as
and he's like, oh no.
His eyes
and
are
he just ditches his disguise. He has it on, but he ditches it and just starts running away. He's like, bye-bye.
Ike literally just looks down and just goes, you! And he hurls the ceiling across, and you hear this explosion off in the distance. You have no idea what he hit. Yeah. But he leaps down, and as you run, because he got a 3, you don't even make it to the door. You feel this large man slam into your backs, and you rocketing forward. You go through the doors, and you end up 2 cars down. Oh. The conductor was just opening as you knock him out. You watch as you hit him, so you know
he's like, watch out in front of it.
You watch as car doors, when car doors on a train open, and you have to jump across cars.
Yeah.
When you hit him, he went flying out, and he just goes, whoa! And he gets stuck
he's dead!
He's out of the thing.
And Ike just stands above you. You're on your back, and you look up, and he goes. And he's literally bleeding blood out of his eyes.
Any way we can talk about this?
I'm gonna look to Rufus and Quinn and be like, I didn't know this train ride came with a show.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. Is anyone else gonna interfere with this?
No. I'm gonna be like, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, he killed his brother. I mean, it's completely valid. I'm not doing anything.
Craven
about
nods
this.
his head and goes, he was kind of asking for it if you
Yeah,
ask me.
exactly.
Dummy up,
Dummy-
guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
I mean,
Done
it
for
is an
us.
honor duel. So
It should
like,
be mentioned that Apollo is standing up.
Apollo, just sit down.
I mean,
you're not gonna do anything.
Hey man, he's still loyal to the crew, and despite the fact that he understands the
Oh wait,
honor of the
actually,
crew-
no. I'm actually gonna pick up Apollo and I'm gonna look to like Ike and I'm be like, oh yeah, he was involved in the murder of your brother, and I'm gonna throw Apollo. at Ike.
No, hold on. I've got this.
Okay, well you threw him, and unironically Apollo managed to hit him for once.
Oh my goodness, you did!
As you as you threw him, Apollo, not knowing that you were just actively trying to instigate, he thought you were helping him, and he goes, "I won't let you down." And as you throw him like a cannonball, he comes around and he does that, you know, that bell clap move that he did to Belmello the first time that they fought in that one secret episode that no one ever listened to because we didn't record it.
Yep.
Apollo does the exact same thing to Ike, and Ike just stands there for a second and he puts an arm up against the open like kind of like door to this car that got broken into.
Yeah, and is it Heath Slater's turn? Because
Yeah.
no one else is gonna interfere.
Well, Jackboot just says, offside. So this is an honor duel.
Nope.
As far as I can tell, I mean, he did kill his brother, and then he's coming back to revenge it.
Yeah.
So I mean, kinda.
Okay, so Jackboot shrugs and sits back down.
Yep. And he's like, hey, Apollo, I've got this.
No, he doesn't got this. Apollo.
Well,
And
Apollo,
he grabs the. Is it my turn?
yeah.
He grabs the, like, you know the like hanging like rope things that you can hold on to like
Oh
stabilize.
Yeah.
He grabs those, kicks his feet back, and kicks right like launches up and does like a double kick onto Ike.
All right, kicks Ike. 27 as you like Ike literally with his fist raised, you kick him and he partially breaks through the window. He grabs on at the last second, like shards of glass going through his hand as he's holding on, as the wind and everything is flying through. He's
like
trying to
hanging on
climb
to
back
the
in.
Dog.
Yes.
I'm gonna specifically tell Quinn Cook and Beckett and be like, don't watch this one. I'm gonna be like,
And he
this is not happening. We're not watching this.
And he grabs the like shuriken guitar picks that he has, puts them in between, and just does a swipe along his hands to get him to let go.
Ooh. +5 musician bonus 17.
We're in the process.
They kind of like ricochet off of
they
his
hit-
skin.
yeah.
He just starts climbing in. Despite what you said, Apollo actively, since he threw him into the initiative, Apollo does want to continue the fight, and so he's going to attempt it. He never rolls good, so don't
And then
expect anything from him.
Yeah,
Heath
I'm not
Slater
expecting
kinda-
anything.
He kind of looks at.
Maybe I should expect something.
As Ike starts climbing in, all at once, Apollo leans out and with his mace, cackling with electricity, like Thor hitting someone with Mjolnir, he smacks across Ike's face, and you watch as Ike, his jaw just, as one of his hands drops, and with two fingers gripping onto the side of the plane, Ike is barely hanging on to the speeding
And
train.
he's gonna try and unlock some of that hockey. And he's gonna reel his hand back. And punch forward to hit his face.
You're dead.
6. As you throw that punch.
He just like hits him, but it's just like, eh.
Well, no, as you throw that punch, Ike's free hand comes around and he grabs you by your shirt and he begins to pull you out. As Ike goes, if I'm gonna die, you're gonna die with me.
He's like holding on to the sides, like, hey man, I'm not coming with you. And he's like, ah.
Actually, I'm gonna pick up him and Apollo. They'll be like, all right, guys, we'll see you on the island, and I'm gonna just push both of them out the window with Ike.
This is for Apollo. 19. As you pick him up to throw him out, Apollo he kind of grabs one hand onto Heath. The other he puts in your face and he goes, "Are you crazy, old man? You're gonna kill us! Get back!"
This is training.
No, I'm not. No, stop that.
Anyways, take good care of the kids, Ike.
What?
Roll for Heath Slater.
Does he? No, you have to roll for Heath Slater.
Yeah. No, nah. They ain't. He's
What about
not
Ike?
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Maybe
Maybe Ike
shoving
drags
and
him out.
Ike goes flying out.
Try. You roll. This one.
It has to be extremely low for him to pull. Yeah, no, Ike is gone. When you shove them both forward, somehow one of them stepped on his finger, and you watch as Ike kind of goes, no, and then you guys hit into a cave, and you hear a as you just watch as like the train just accelerates. And like everyone does like the like Harry is just standing there like.
Yeah, Heath was like about to go out, and he like,
no, I was gonna say something, but me and Harry are in the conductor.
and he just like slowly like
He gets
looks.
to ride in the front.
Exactly.
He slowly turns to Beckett Fords. You were gonna push me and Apollo out there?
Yeah.
Oh, to the wall?
What, are you saying you guys would die from that?
Probably.
Weak.
I agree with Beckett.
Alright, and with that,
job, dude.
as the train now no longer has a conductor, the engineers still know the route, and so they pull up to the station. You guys
turn
have
right
landed
in.
amongst the center of Citadel City, not very far away from the very, very large, I guess you could call it a museum, where the last auction is being held. As you guys depart, your crew comes out of the train. You guys were the only ones on board at the time. There's a massive red streak on the right side of the train. And you watch as like some guys, like some crew members that are like from the train organization are just standing there. They start scrubbing it off. No expression on their face. This is very common. And as you guys
What their
approach,
Yelp review is.
as you guys like approach.
5 stars.
Despite the fact that it is extremely dark, it doesn't seem to bother you guys that much at all. Like, you literally cannot see, like, everyone has a blank face. But once, like, you're, like, passing by, like, you can see your hand in front of you. It just seems like it's just extremely dark. It's like the sun is black from where you can see. Like, a dark purple hue of the sun beaming down. You don't understand the science behind it. But you know that there has to be a reason. But as you guys approach the museum, all at once, the dark color disappears and is filled up with very vibrant colors and different lights flashing like you would at a rave. But along with that, you see people dressed in all sorts of exorbitant clothing and people and races from like every side of culture. Anyone who's in anyone is there. And as you guys like are walking closer, Rufus, I assume you're not probably wearing a disguise.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a disguise.
As you approach, all at once, from like kind of more the center where you see a very large hub of people discussing, you hear a Rufus, darling.
Oh, hey, bang.
And from the crowd, you know Gothel from Tangled, the mother?
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Imagine her, maybe slightly a little bit older, with like white hair instead of that black, with like a very like a purple dress that looks like from like the 1600s. Your mother walks out. Next to her, now here's the part where you're going to learn a little bit more about your family. You see your father's brother, your uncle, Ethbert. Not much, you don't really, you remember the face and the name, you don't really remember much about your uncle. But, your cousin on the other hand, you remember quite well. Richter is his name. And Richter and you were extremely close growing up. In fact, the two of you, back in the day, you guys were really big fans of just leaving your homes, and despite the danger of running around in Citadel City, you ran around causing just havoc that kids would do. You had your own little gang of friends, and the two of you especially loved the stories of your guys' favorite vigilante, one of many that live in Citadel City, known as the Star Thief. Someone who was most famous and called the Star Thief after he stole special meteorite materials from different sorts of museums across Citadel City and would sell them and give money to the poor, which is, again, 50% of this island's population. And as you approach, Richter, you can see the excitement in his eyes, but he's trying to act posed. And your mother approaches. She holds out her hand with very exorbitant jewelry, and she goes, "Rufus, darling, I've been hoping for this day. You have no idea how long I have been looking for you. I thought you were dead. along with your father. And she holds out her hand as if expecting you to take it.
And I take it and I kneel down and I kiss it and I'm like, Mother, it's been quite a while.
It's been much too long. Please, you remember your Uncle Ethbert, don't you?
Not much, but from what I do remember, I quite enjoyed his company.
Yes, well, Ethbert, please say something to my son, your nephew. And Ethbert is like, do you remember that guy from Frozen, the Duke of Weaselton? Bushy white mustache, toupee, very skinny, with a very large rapier. Too large for his skinny body. You see him, he kind of wipes back his toupee with like this weird, like,
I'm gonna hand him a pride flag.
He cries as he goes, oh, yes, my nephew, I remember you back in the day. Now, before anything gets too obvious, I do want to mention, your mother and I, since your father has departed, we've gotten quite close.
You can hear me, spade barfs.
He goes, that's why I want to let you know that last year, your mother and I... Looks to me like you still keep company with the rats. Anyways, she's kept the Four Knees last name as she has married me. It's quite ironic because as memory serves correctly, you and Richter were almost as if you guys were really close, like brothers back in the day, and now you really are.
We were cousins.
Well, now you're not. Now you guys are siblings.
I clench my jaw, and I don't say anything else to him.
For that whole part of that discussion, I had my hands over Harry's ears.
Yeah. Harry's literally staring at like Ursula with like this look of disgust, and she returns the favor as she turns and looks and goes, "It seems as though Ethbert did say something quite correct. Tell me, Rufus, aren't you going to introduce to you your friends?" And she hasn't broken her gaze from looking at Harry, as Harry is the only fishman among your group.
Do I notice that?
She's
Is she being like blatantly racist? Okay.
not blatantly.
And
So.
be like,
Rufus might be able to pick it up.
I'm gonna go up to his mom. Bang, eat crunch.
Alright, timestamp that.
She like turns and she just kind of goes like, "Charmed." You actually no. Okay, yeah, that would have been really weird.
Let me timestamp that.
Yeah. But yeah, she looks amongst the group and kind of goes, "Rufus, please introduce me to your friends who have kept you safe all this time."
I'll be like, "Oh, Mother, I would like you to meet my scavengers. They work under me in my quest to discover all the devil fruits that I can, following in yours and Dad's paths."
Oh, still following our footsteps. Have you? Interesting. Tell me, Rufus. And she kind of like she holds out her arm for you to take. And she's like, "Help your old mother back to her office. We have much to discuss, much catching up to do." And she turns and she looks at Ethbert and goes, "Maybe you can accommodate our guests." And Ethbert kind of goes, "Oh yes, dear, of course." And he turns and he looks and goes, "Richter, show these lovely people around, please." Richter looks amongst you and he looks to you with a very apologetic look. And he turns and he looks to the rest of you and kind of goes, "Yeah, absolutely, Dad. Absolutely, Dad. Say that again with proper grammar, Richter." "Yes, Father. I will accommodate the guests and show them that the Four Knees name deserves all praise."
Ethbert, with all due respect, why did you need to correct him like that?
So true.
He seems like a normal human being. If anyone needs to be corrected, it's you and your freak wife.
Yes. I'll be like,
Oh, give him a bonus on that.
Yeah, he just stares at his face turns. His face turns bright red, like he's about to explode. And Richter goes.
I'll step in. I'll be like, I apologize.
Oh no, but we don't.
He's not familiar. He's not familiar with the way that the Fornius family does things. My sincerest apologies.
When you say that, the entire crowd begins to burst into laughter, and you hear some of the people go, "I love that guy!" And one person towering above the rest goes, "Yeah, I know. They helped me get into office." Giant Jim is there.
Nice.
Why is he there?
Why is he here?
Sorry, I heard that there were some very, very nice vases up for sale. And
Oh, nice.
buy them for my new office.
I'm here to buy robot people.
You never go.
Oh. Heath Slater's gonna go up to. He's gonna like completely disregard his own disguise. He's gonna go up to Afbert. What's his name?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Hey man, cool to meet you," and hold his hand out. It's like,
Expecting it to be kissed.
"Cool to meet you. Sorry about the yeah." And he holds his hand out. Sorry about that.
Ethbert pointedly does not take it. In fact, he turns his like nose up and he goes,
And he just kind of
"Of course, Rufus would reject everything that he has.
I'm gonna turn
to mix himself with uncouth cavemen as his friends. Do me a favor."
Actually, we're the Navy, not cavemen.
And no.
14.
When you say that, the crowd just goes kind of silent as everyone just turns, and Big Jim goes, "Oh, you did it now!" And he goes, and then everyone goes, "Didn't you like say you were gonna get them as the new Navy?" And Big Jim goes, "Yeah, that's true." And then someone goes, "Hey man, I got you a vase," and he kind of goes, "Oh, that's awesome."
I'm gonna turn to Harry. I'm gonna be like, Ethbert. And then we're gonna burst out in laughter. They're gonna be like, yeah. And then I'm gonna turn to Ethbert, and like the minions gonna be like, bottom. And then we're all gonna start dying.
Hey Cordell. he just puts his hand on his shoulder, leans in.
Leans in? Bro, what?
I bet you like a man. And he just turns away.
Ethbert just stands there, his face bright red as he just kind of goes. He puts his hand on his Richter when Richter goes, "Father, Pop."
We're the best people
Pop,
ever.
hey, Pops! Time for you to go, okay? I'm gonna show my new friends around.
Slow your roll.
Sorry, it's been a while. I haven't had
Suit's too
friends.
tight in the back, by the way, Ethbert.
Damn.
He just turns around and he storms off into the jeering crowd.
Just remember,
I go into
we kept him safe for so long.
You see Ursula like frowns very deeply. She like looks to your group and she turns to you and goes, "My office now."
I'm gonna turn to Rufus. I'm gonna be like, "Went pretty well, huh?" As he's like walking away.
Bye, Rufus.
I just glance back and then as I'm walking with my mother and Ethbert, you guys can hear me whispering to him, "I apologize. I took them from the crazy house. They're all orphans and they're mentally retarded.
Yeah.
I apologize."
You hear he sees it done. He goes, "That makes a lot of sense, especially that one with the loincloth." And he points, and Craven is literally like in the crowd, and he's throwing mangoes at a monkey in a cage.
And Heath Slater just looks over
laughing.
Rufus like, "Yeah, we are." And he like thinks he's talking positive. He's like, "Yeah, we are, buddy."
And I just whisper again, I'm like, "I told them that they're part of the Navy so that they think they're actually doing something."
Oh, you're doing good work, Rufus. You're doing such good work. I'm so proud to call you my son, my nephew turned son. Ursula, dear, about that other matter, shall I take care of business or shall you? And Ursula looks and goes, Talk to him, dear. I have much business to do with my son. You deal with all the business, all right? Yes, dear, of course. What should we do about the fish boy? We can't have him just loitering around when we have so many of his people up for sale like that. And Ursula kind of frowns and goes, "Well, any friend of Rufus's must be a friend of ours." Ooh. And Ethbert kind of like frowns and goes, "No, one can't be that bad. At least it's a child." All right, then. I'll go take care of business, dear. I'll see you shortly.
Did they see the birthday balloon?
They don't care.
Damn.
Oh.
Wow, they are evil.
As Edward walks off into the crowd, does anyone join Rufus or like follow at a distance, or like
Harry.
how do you get Harry can't walk? so should I like allow you guys to kind of split off like by describing what is around, so you guys can kind of decide where you guys wish to go?
Actually, roll to see if I get lost.
Oh no.
Bro thinks he's Zoro.
Bro thinks he's Zoro.
Oh yeah, you definitely got lost.
See, I didn't actually pay attention to what disguises everybody was wearing, so I actually think everybody just looks like
Do you think-
normal.
would
And I
there-
just followed a group of people who were wearing like really crappy navy uniforms.
Sorry. Would there be any stores that would catch my eye? Do you think?
Okay, so here's the layout. This is called the last auction. There are a lot of things up for sale. You have to put in bids to get the object. So there is the exotic animal exhibits. There are the weapons. There is a section for devil fruits, although it is very like the chances of finding anything good there are extremely
Well, the
small.
hand fruits are 2, so might as well give it a try.
You could find that. Who
They'd
knows?
be like, oh, Rufus is
You see, there is also there's like the weapons, and of course there is the the people for sale and robots. Other than that, those are like 4 different like kind of auction parts. Amongst them, there's a dance floor. There is a old man with dark skin, red hair, red curly hair, a blonde mustache, playing a
3 different like colors of hair is disgusting.
He has dark skin. It seems like he's from a
my
desert island, and he plays a axe guitar.
Dude, his birth certificate is definitely
And
an
as
apology
he's
for
as
the
he's
condom
playing,
back.
as this man is about,
goodness.
you would put his age around 60 years old, and he's playing his guitar.
Roll
Next
see
to
how
him,
good he's playing.
and
And give him any bonus if he has one.
oh, he does. 20. He's playing some smooth jazz as he's gonna go.
Heath Slater is immediately walking up.
Oh, well, no, when you do that, you also notice there's an empty drum kit, a bass, another guitar, and a free mic. And C4 looks at you and goes, not gonna lie, this old guy looks like he could probably use a little bit of help. What if we got Craven? What if we got you and me? And what if we got a little band up together? What do you say? What do you say?
I've been kind of a solo act up until now.
Hey, man.
I don't know about Craven. He's kind of a jerk.
Well, you like look over and you see that Craven is looking at the drums and nodding his head and goes,
And he like pats both their backs. Careful about C4 and less careful about Craven. Let's do this.
as you guys approach the stage, the old man goes, I once was lost, and I went to the Grand Line, and then everybody died! Everybody died!
And then
Besides
Heath Slater.
me and my good friend Guido. Shout out to Guido over there, ladies and gentlemen. And you see this old-looking chef who's like, he has like this, there's like this little taco stand, and it's called the Salty Taco Stand. And you see him like, it's like, see famous chef Guido as he cooks up the most amazing fish
Former mayor,
tacos.
former mayor of Taco Island.
That's
And then the old man hears a nice strum.
There was definitely no
of an
random
acoustic
destruction event
guitar
that happened there.
joining him.
14 with a 19. You put it, and he looks surprised, and he looks and
He
goes,
still sounds a little bit better because he rolled a little.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
he
rolled like
sounds a little
one
bit
more.
better. Like you're on key. You know the key he's
Yeah.
in, and so you start.
He
kinda
like
playing,
had to get into the groove.
and he looks and he goes, "Well now, this was unexpected, folks. It looks to me as though we got a new guitarist on."
We got drums and we got.
You see a
What are you
C4 with the wheelchair goes up and he grabs the bass and he straps it around and he kind of goes. He literally, you know that clip of the to be continued meme, the he literally starts hitting that and he's like,
And then he just
yeah,
he like gently like sets his hands on him to stop playing. And he's
we're gonna roll individually to see if they're actually able to keep up the beat.
okay, all right.
Craven, 14.
They
he
give
knows
his-
the
they
basis.
get-
He's
they-
literally just hitting the.
They get Heath's musician bonus though because he's helping them.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
he's keeping the most basic bass going.
Yeah. And he literally is so excited that he's actually doing something. He goes, "I've never played drums before, but this is
And
so
Heath
cool."
is like, "You're doing great," and he's like strumming while it's strapped on his back.
And C4 is nailing it with like he's playing bass, and so you guys looks at and this guy he goes, "My name is Judah Baker. Nice to meet you, young man. Tell me, what kind of song do you want to play?" with all you youngsters on there, you must have some sort of like crazy. Do you know Joji? We could probably play some Joji. I know a little bit of Joji. Or maybe some Black Sabbath. I know a little bit of that too.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Every time you voice act a mustached person, you remind me of Wharfstache, that Markiplier character.
Oh, that's insane! I didn't know that. That's crazy. That was not my intention. Sorry, Markiplier. Yeah. But anyways, he kind of goes, what do you got? Oh, wait. I know Lizzie McAllpie. Hold on a sec.
Let's play a little
New West.
Oh,
He goes, if you kids are into rap, I know Kanye.
Wait, do you know Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Here's someone named William in the background.
He learned to.
Follow my lead. And he starts playing the beginning notes to Back in Black by AC/DC.
Oh, stop! My coach plays that every day at practice. No, never.
Yes! Tuke, he goes, what? He tries to follow and he goes, I'm going to be honest, I'm more of a lead. I think maybe it's best if I lead this.
You're not the MC.
From the crowd kind of is now kind of stopped. They're kind of like looking at you as you're trying. What's happening is he's playing over you. Mm-hmm. So he's playing the harmony, but they can't hear the melody that well.
But then you see, far off, a man and his boy walking down the ramp. Hey guys, it's my son's birthday.
Yeah.
Can we do happy birthday up in here?
Alright, we're doing happy birthday.
Yeah, 24 with the musician bonuses. If we combine Judith Baker's and Keith's, that is a 34.
Technically captain bonus since most of the people playing on the stage.
A 39.
And a strategist bonus for him thinking of it.
What?
And also a sleazy bonus because he's trying to keep taking the lead.
But as this is going on, all you hear is, "Old man, please! I just told you my story and why I need this." And you see a devil fruit shop owner with a gun, and you see Spade and it's like the guy's like aiming it while Spade's like,
Alright, no. So everyone just goes, "Happy birthday!" Dude, even the slaves from the auction are singing "Happy Birthday."
I'm gonna dap them up, be like, "Hey, y'all don't deserve this, bro.
They're like, it's all good. It's
Free
all
my
good,
boy, free my boy."
Most of us are war criminals, so it makes sense.
Sick.
Craven, can you use your wax thing to unlock them secretly later? Captain bonus.
He goes, "No." He goes, "I don't know how."
Sounds good.
I'm gonna be like, "So, what devil fruits do you guys have here?"
Well, everyone is now the stage is like the most like center part, and everyone is paying attention to that. As like you guys are actually
I
killing it
have
up
Harry
there.
and I'm like throwing.
Everyone goes, "Harry, Harry," and Harry's like he's laughing so hard he literally can't breathe. As his face is turning purple. He goes, and like you see a bunch of fish people watching, and like you see this older couple. They're kind of like holding each other, and they're kind of like smiling, tears running down their face.
Oh, dude.
It's quite.
You
a sweet
said
moment.
there was an extra guitar there, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, you have the guitar.
No,
Did
I
you
know.
bring your own?
I know.
Yeah.
But Heath Slater, he looks at Harry. "Hey, kid," and he looks at Quinn Cook to catch something. He throws his own guitar. "Hold on to that for me," and he grabs the other guitar and keeps playing. So he's basically giving Harry his guitar.
Harry got a 27. Harry literally picked us up, and with broken arms here. Dude, like literally, everyone goes.
He's basically giving Harry.
This
his
is
old
literally
guitar.
like 1700s, like politicians. They start walking out. They perform a mosh pit. And you see giant Jim running out, and it's like
Harry puts sunglasses on and he starts playing Seven Nation Army.
Dude, and then all at once, Harry, he's like, "Give me that mic real quick," and he picks up and goes.
And you hear Spade from the crowd go.
Dude, like literally, like he starts pulling up all the stops, and the entire crowd, like you literally watch as they form a mosh pit, and you see even Ethbert is out there just going,
"No!" You hear somebody grab a gun.
Well, it's like, and like, dude, like Richter is literally like sitting out there with his mouth like wide open. He just goes, "What the?"
When Ethbert comes out, he in excitement. He doesn't know he's next to him. Just hits him with the guitar.
You're gonna hit Ethbert with it?
Yeah, he's excited.
Dude, you literally turn around and you try to hit him, but instead you just hit this old woman and he goes, "Oh!" And you're trying to climb on the people are trying to climb onto the stage to like party, and you're like, he's like around,
and then it starts playing again.
Ethbert was trying
I do
to
that
grab.
thing when he accidentally picks something
Yeah,
up. And it's just
literally,
like,
he was trying to pick up a coin that dropped, and he just and you watch as this old woman just drops on top of him.
didn't need a coin.
And Edward looks at it and goes, oh, 1 penny richer. I'm just so rich. All right.
He's gonna try and hammer again.
On purpose.
Oh my bad.
On purpose this time because of what
Alright,
he
is this
did.
where we're gonna start the actual rotation?
Yeah. 14 with a 5.
You're in the process.
No, you got a 19. He like turns around and he just falls over. All right. What parts of the auction are you guys interested in going in? You
Get
can
a food
stay.
shop.
You can stay at the places that you're at if you want. But after I'm gonna do your stuff before I go into his because his is gonna be extremely important and take longer probably.
I'm going to
It's
go
easy to
off
get confronted.
and look for guns.
All right. So you're going
Nice.
to the weapons auction. Okay.
What shops were there again?
Weapons, devil fruits, exotic pets, and people.
Honestly,
I'm gonna go to the exotic pets with C4. Like I'm gonna finish up with Judah Baker. And I'd be like, yo, how do I keep in contact with you? You're cool.
Trust me, kid. When the time comes, we'll see each other again.
My
But in
man.
the meantime, I gotta go listen to some Joji. I'm writing some new songs about my tragic past.
Nice, nice.
All right.
I'll be sure to write something for you too.
I appreciate it. Name's Judah Baker. Don't forget it.
Heath Slater.
No, all right.
Don't
Nice to
forget
meet
it.
ya.
Heath Slater. Don't forget my
I'm
name.
gonna go get a bunch of fish.
Please don't
tacos.
forget my name.
I'm gonna forget your name. He leaves. All right. So
And he just kind of like walks with
When-
C4. And he's like,
C4
oh,
is
man.
very excited to see the exotic animals, and so is Harry, who wants to go really bad.
I was gonna go there. I'll go with him like separately.
Okay. It should be mentioned that one of Harry's 2 classes is literally animal handler, which is why he wants to go.
Okay, well, me and him will go
Okay.
together.
All right. Colton wants to go to devil fruits, weapons, exotic, and you're just lost.
Yeah, you're.
I'm actually gonna show up.
For the happy birthday, right?
No, I'm gonna show up behind the people auction. Like I'm where the people being sold should be. Because I followed some other people and I just ended up there.
We'll start with Jackboot. We're gonna start with Jackboot, and we'll go this way. We'll go you, and then since both of you guys are going to the exotic animals auction, we'll do you guys next. Okay, so Jackboot. As you approach the weapons place, you see all manner of tools. Okay. You see all sorts of manners of different like weapons and other various sorts. Anything you could possibly want to find, you find there in terms of weaponry.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just see. Is anyone else here?
Out of people you know,
Yeah, out of the crew.
Krongle's looking around. You see he's trying to get
You
past
mean
the
Craven.
Oh, sorry, Craven. I keep on calling him Krongle. Craven McCrongle is literally his name. You watch as Craven's trying to get over. You know, like how in museums they have like those things where like they're like roped off, or you can't go behind it to get to the stuff. He's trying to go behind that, and you see a bunch of guards are like trying to push him back, and goes, but why can't I go past here? And they're like, dude, this is literally against the rules. Stand back and like vote using that tablet over there if you want to try to get stuff. And he goes, but I just want to touch. I just want to touch it, please. Please. And the guards just go like, all right, buddy. How about you just back up there? And he goes, and he starts throwing mangoes at them as they start, and then he begins to run as they begin to chase him, and he starts screaming and saying, "Quit!"
Okay, so I watch him run away.
Yeah, you really watch him run away.
And
Oh, I forgot. Apollo would definitely be here too. He's just standing there quietly, like looking amongst the weaponry. He's seemingly eyeing this very exquisite sea stone shield. It looks about the same size as like a Roman legionnaire's tower shield. Very large.
what's the bid on it right now?
The shield, it's running out about 500,000, which is extremely like low. It's probably the lowest priced item, mostly because the shield is too large for most people that would be bidding here would want.
Apollo could handle it though, right?
Oh, he definitely could. And
Alright.
he seems to be studying it very closely.
Well, I bet if he wants to get it, he can probably get a hold of me, who is carrying most of the money.
Yeah.
So I won't interrupt him, but well, I guess I'll look around at I'll look around at those guns.
All right. So, for the guns, the items that they don't have the biggest selection because again, the firearms aren't as much in stock as like swords and other things. You see a harpoon gun. There's a harpoon gun there. You see a double-barreled shotgun. You see several different sorts of pistols. You see like a silencer type of pistol, with a thinner barrel and a thinner and longer barrel. You see a scoped-up sniper, and you see a secondary large machine gun, similar to yours, except your first one's a lot bulkier, and this one is more slender and more compact. It definitely can't hold as much ammunition as your bigger one, but you knowing with your strength, if you wanted to, you'd be able to pick this one up with one hand.
Do they have anything explosive?
Oh, there's all sorts of explosives. You see even explosive sea stone bullets.
Dang, that's a combination.
Yep.
That it is.
And then you see all sorts of various sorts of explosives that normally would be around. It should be mentioned that this entire island is as if it's in the early 1900s in terms of like building, most of people's appearances, kind of. The people's appearances more like the 1700s, but like the buildings and stuff like that. So the explosives would be anything around the 1900s era, like after World War I.
Okay. How much is the machine gun going for?
It is going for 2,500,000 berries.
I'm alright.
Which I think is cheaper than the first minigun you got.
I don't remember. Did I pay 1 billion for the first one?
Half.
Or was it 2 billion?
It was half a billion.
Half a billion? Okay. Alright.
Oh, that's right, because he's managed to put the price down.
Alright. And this is all in an auction format, right?
Yes. So the way that they have it set is there's these curators who are behind this large screen, and or they have like a pulpit, and they're like standing there with like this like tablet that they're using to monitor the sales. There's these large like kind of like voting booths where you go up and you put your amount, and there's a timer set for certain items. And once the timers go off, the item is in this glass case. The case lights up as in a red outline, signifying that the bid is done. And then they will announce the winner on a small screen in front of it.
All right. I'm going to go over to where the sniper rifle is and check how much that's going for.
That's 1 billion.
All right. I'm going to put myself in as a bidder. I'm going to bid 1,100,000. Wait, it's going for 1 billion?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to bid 1.1 billion.
All right. This is just to see if there's any other like people that are up.
Right.
Okay, so there is a guns collector who is actively trying to get it, and when you put your bid in, he kind of notices it, and then he kind of goes, and he pulls out like a pocket voter, and he kind of like really quick. It's clear that this man has been there for a while, so he puts in a bid, and he does 1.2 billion.
Fair enough. Well, my heart's not set on it. But can I talk to the person who's selling it?
Like the curator, or like the guy that's
or
like,
the curator?
The curator, sure, you can talk to him. I mean, he stands there, and it's like all the curators look almost like very like similar, like bald old men.
Okay, I lean into him and say, aside from this high quality stuff, do you have any random crates of assorted things you need to get rid of?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, we have small barrels of broken and unneeded weaponry in the back. We have a few cases of older model ammunition. Other than that, there's not much.
Well, I'd be happy to purchase a couple barrels of broken guns off of you.
Oh, no need for that, young lady. I'll have some. If you give me the information of your ship, we can have those things scheduled to be brought down to your ship once the auction is over.
I'd appreciate that. and I give him the information.
All right. He just jots it down and goes, all right, we have a total of 5 barrels of different ammunition and broken weaponry. One thing that you might find out there that you might like is there's a sighting, like a scope or something that you can take off one of them.
I'm sure there's plenty of stuff in there that you don't have time to sort through, but that's where I come in.
All right, understood. Well, in
Thank
any
you
case,
very much.
Not a problem at all. Have a very nice day, young lady.
What a wholesome interaction.
Yeah, he's actually a really nice old
Yeah.
guy.
And
Surprising
that's
for this place.
I think that's
But that's all you want to
if
do.
nothing
then,
if nothing if nothing explodes. By any chance, is there just like are there any boxes of stuff on auction, like mixed boxes? Like
there's like some mixed boxes of like different types of like explosives.
I'd like to find a mixed box of explosive things, preferably.
All right. Yeah. There's like 3 different boxes. They have just the exact kind of assortment of explosives, just arranged differently to look as if they're different. They're all running about at like they're running at 1 million each.
All right. I
Because
put
the
in
amount there's like 100 in each basket.
I put in a respectable bid on each of them, and I'll end there.
All right. Heath and Cook, as you guys approach the exotic animal, Heath and Cook, Captain Quinn Cook.
Oh.
As you guys approach with C4 and Harry, Harry just stands there and he kind of starts. He gleefully looks over at C4 and goes, "Whoa, these things are so cool!" And you look, and so there's basically any sort of like cool animal that you would want to find are there.
Yeah.
Ones that are more on the rarer side, ones that are like would be put up for auction and like are extremely like biddable, so to speak. You see, there's an owl bear built with some scars. It seems like it's on the older side, so it's sleeping, kind of like looking up every once in a while. Harry seems focused on it. Mm-hmm. You see basically I don't know how else to describe this. You see a freakish-looking monstrosity of an animal. It looks like, if you know what a beholder is.
Oh. Yeah.
Imagine a beholder, but like as with like a Cthulhu head, like a mind flayer head. It looks like a floating squid head, with just loads of tentacles and a mouth. Like you can't see it, but you know that there has to be a mouth on the bottom. Mm-hmm. It's just floating. There's like 3 of them, and they're just floating in place. And then you see, you know a Rancor from Star Wars?
Oh goodness, a Rancor.
Imagine one of those, but like furry, like a gorilla.
Ooh.
Also with not as long arms. They're more built and solid, and a little bit more compact. It's just sitting. It's just sitting in the corner, just growling. Yeah, like what Eric's doing. But as you guys are looking around, Harry looks over to you quickly and kind of goes, "That one looks so sad," and he points to the owl bear, which just kind of like looks lazily at him and kind of like leans back down. And it does that thing that animals do where it just goes, oh, and sighs.
Well, my boy, we'll free him for you, and I'm gonna go talk to whoever is like mediating the bids, and I'm gonna be like, Ethbert told me that you guys needed someone to take this owl bear off of your hands. He's been obviously a bit too strenuous for you to take care
Heath
of.
Slater's gonna help him by forging a document that's specifically for that.
So
All right.
I get my charisma bonus and his
Sleazy bonus.
All right, that's a +4. The guy raises an eyebrow and goes, "Nice try. This is an obvious fake. The signature doesn't match Ethbert at all. He signs it with a lot more weird style. I'm sorry, but I'm going to ask you guys to both leave the premises. As in, leave the auction, like the bidding, please. Like, leave this area."
I will do that. And then I take Harry, and we run for the owl bear, and we look to leave the auction on the owl bear.
In the locked cage, Bro's going to run into the cage, get the owl bear, and run.
I'll use the wax to unlock the lock. And I'll be like, we're gonna get out of here, Harry.
11. You literally start. You run up and you like with the wheelchair. And you like screech to a halt. You run over to the thing and you try to use the wax to make a key. And you're like, And like everyone, you're literally not hiding this. Everyone is just standing there watching you like really awkwardly as you're like struggling to open the lock. And the curator just kind of goes, "Sir, I'm gonna ask you again. Please leave. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're not trying to be sneaky here."
And Heath Slater, he's like, me and my babushka are not with him.
Okay, well, I don't care. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, sir.
Will do. And then I pick up the cage with the owl bear in it, and I run out of the auction.
I pick up the cage and the owlbear.
Ted, when you rush, you lift up the cage and you start running, and that's when he just kind of goes, "Security, aisle 10, security, section 10. Sorry, I was always...
Do I really need to fight for this? It's my boy's birthday. This is all he wants.
Last chance, another roll 10 and below, and you're just gonna get arrested here. You're getting arrested.
Don't worry. Here, I'll try and get it out of character. I will try and get it.
As you guys are trying to rush up, you hear a voice go, "Captain Cook, wasn't expecting to see you here." You turn and you don't recognize this person per se. He's wearing like what a red coat would wear in the 1700s. He has a scar over the left side of his face, taking out his eye, having like a white pupil. His hair is like kind of on the grayer side in a ponytail, arms crossed. And he goes, "We never met on Strong Arm Island, but I was there. My name is Captain Zebra Griffin. I'm going to have to ask you to please drop the cage and leave the premises. I'm here for me and my crew are here for security reasons, and I can't have someone like you messing around with stuff."
Alright.
I would have thought that someone like you would have known better. You're acting like a pirate.
Ooh.
Alright.
Ooh.
Then I opened the door to the owl bear and me, and we walked through it.
Alright, let's
Onto the ship.
Onto the ship. Alright. 23. You open the door for it, and Harry goes, "Dad, what the f-" and the bear goes, "Oh," and it just goes into the door fruit, and so do you. And like Zebra literally just stands there and goes,
Wait.
"Well, that was weird."
When he's in this pocket dimension, does he see a man? A masked man?
He's not going to see Dr. Wolf. Yeah, he definitely does not. All right, and with that, there goes that. C4 is yeah, it is. So Brian, C4 kind of like after all that, he goes, "Maybe it's best if we kind of distance ourselves."
Dude, I already said we're not with him, so we should probably. Which one do you want to get? Because I kind of wanted one for me, if that's cool.
Well, I mean, you can look around, but I don't really need anything.
I know
What
you
did
got
I call the emu? Blast?
Balmy,
yeah.
Balmy,
He goes,
yeah.
Balmy's really the only animal I need. And he turns to Balmy's been standing there the whole time, just going.
Yeah,
And he kind of just pets the long neck.
I wish I had an animal. I'm lonely.
Man, that
No
sucks.
one really talks to me, and I just kind of like. I'm literally in the closet. Like, I don't really have a bed. Because it's taken over by Craven most of the time because he sneaks into my room. And I have to go sleep in the closet. And
That's actually kind of sad, man.
Yeah, and no one really wants to talk to me unless they need something like cleaning. Like,
That's true. I really only talked to you because I needed your money. he like punches your arm and goes, "I'm kidding! Lighten up, man! Hey, you know what?"
Who's the one pushing the wheelchair?
He goes, I think you and that creature over there would be best friends. You look, and one of those squid things is just staring at you with the, like, throughout the cage. It has its tentacles wrapping around it, and it
But
goes,
then Heath goes,
you literally see,
he's
it's
right
like
behind me,
dripping.
isn't he?
You see what what seems to be like drool just dropping out.
And he just kind of has the like the
That's
like
the squid of
the
conquerors.
the like eyes and like the dark shadowed face, and he's just like
The squid does not have conquerors.
Yeah, no, the squid is staring
Heath
at
goes,
you, drooling. And
it's right
can
behind
you tell
me,
it's like a good?
You have no idea. It is very concerning, though.
Can I do like an observation, like a perception check?
Sure. Nope. It wants to eat you.
Oh, it wants to eat me?
Yeah, it's hungry. I mean, any sort of like cooler, like more like attack sort of animals would be there. You see, there's a dog.
I can't wait to get
like a
another
large
gun.
dog. If you know what Lockjaw is from comics,
Yep.
that massive dog. Yeah, there's a dog that size, just sitting there, and
Get
he
it
goes,
for me.
it's literally just panting. He's going,
Get it for me. Yep, you know the thing.
And then when it sees you, it
You
locks
want that one,
eyes.
Spade?
It locks eyes with you, and it does this. It does.
Aww.
Its massive tongue just.
Okay, that's kind of
Feed him an egg.
what?
Why?
I can't wait to get another gun pulled on me at a devil fruit shop.
Yeah.
If it happens again, I'm never going to another shop.
Oh,
ever
and he
again.
just brings out an apple. Specifically,
We're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. 28.
Specifically, like
literally,
not
like-
the seeds, because I know those are toxic. He like
You
cuts it up. and-
you give it the apple, and it literally you know that thing that dogs do when it literally wraps its tongue around and just goes. And it starts like rapidly like licking you in the
getting it.
face.
We're
And
getting
C4 starts laughing. Goes. It seems to be like that guy is quite affectionate.
And he's like,
Shopkeep!
"This one, please."
How much you got? How much are you bidding for? His bidding ends in about 10 minutes.
What's the amount? Currently,
No one wants a dog this big. About 10,000 berries.
Oh. We all have a billion.
I will throw in 100,000.
100.
Just put in 11.
Ain't no one's gonna argue with that. And like you see all like the valedictorian people are kind of like looking like what the.
Actually, 50,000. I changed that.
Yeah. He goes, oh, okay.
You know
And
what? 25,000.
You can't.
okay, you just keep on saying this, and the guy just his face just goes, ugh. And he goes, "I'll just put you at 25. It's fine." He writes it down, and he goes, "Anyone else bidding for this dog?" And there's like someone from the crowd goes, "Is that even a dog?"
Roll for the door to open.
It does not open.
Yeah.
What, like the cage door?
No.
Oh, okay.
The door.
No,
you
no.
get
The,
make a last minute bid.
as the bidding ends, you get the dog,
Yes.
and it like you open the cage and it just literally jumps on
He's
you.
like about to just do a big hug, and he just.
You're literally like it literally starts rolling with
Can I
you.
get confronted at my store?
Yep. And with that, we're gonna go over to the devil fruit part of this place. You're standing there with the devil fruits, and you're like there pretty much by yourself. The guy that's selling them is kind of seedy and goes, "Hey there, want to see some devil fruits?"
Oh yeah, I heard like the God fruit was here.
I know you're wrong. You are not gonna find a devil fruit here like that.
Okay, what about the hand fruit?
The hand.
Yep.
Let me check. I do have, in fact, have the hand fruit.
Alright, bet.
Bidding's at 4 billion berries.
Okay, I got that.
No, you don't.
Yep, I'm gonna give him like some rare coin that Heath Slater wrote on it. 4 billion berries. It's a single berry, but then it has that writing. Sleazy bonus.
Yeah,
plus
add my
strategist
sleazy bonus.
Yep, that's 30, baby. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Sleazy plus strategist.
That's gonna be so loud on the recording.
That's sick.
You
clap.
you handed him the coin and goes, "Man, that's definitely legit." And he just like puts it in his pocket and hands you the hand fruit. He goes, "I ain't arguing with anybody." He goes, "Besides, you're the only person here right now."
Oh, nice. Do you
Now you
you have this like
The bang
Okay.
bang fruit.
What about the you have the sound fruit on you by chance?
No,
What other devil fruits do you have?
I have the poop fruit.
No, eat that.
No, you don't. All right. Let's see. Actually, in all seriousness, I mostly just that was really the only one that was interesting. I mostly just have Zoans.
Are any of them mythical?
No, most of the mythical Zoans have been eaten or taken by that guy at the Devil's Peddler. Anything that'd be interesting.
What about the strong fruit?
That was eaten by Lucas Lockhart.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him now. Homing fruit?
No, that was eaten by another member, I think, of Kroger's crew.
Oh yeah, I'll kill that guy too.
Trust me, kid. I only have Zomas. I don't have anything else.
Okay. Thanks for the fruit. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I rob the fruits.
Roll that dice for me real quick. I gotta grab my notes.
I'm in the process.
He pulls a gun on you.
No, listen. Here's the thing. Like, hold on. I'm gonna be like, sir, are you
Are you just gonna grab him?
I have the shatter fruit.
All right. Dice.
I'm not going to kill him. I'm just gonna like walk away.
Okay, you just walk away.
Yep.
All right, and with that, the last thing I say before we go into Rufus. Eric or Beckett, when you walk over to the slave thing, there's any sort of race that you could think of, along with some robots, and they're all in chains. One robot in particular, you do recognize. That big Xbox man.
No!
He has these chains on, this like chain around his neck, and Egbert is personally like looking him over and goes, "Yes, this is the one I've been looking for, or rather, my wife. We'll take him. Barkeep. I mean, not barkeep, just keeper." And he like walks over to the guy, and the guy that's in charge of it kind of like nods his head and goes, "Of course, Sir Egbert. Yes, it's all yours."
Hockey chop.
Are you serious? Yep. Hockey chop to
The hockey chop.
Dude.
16. You're right about to hit.
You're in the
when
process.
suddenly you hear a voice from behind you go, "No. I wouldn't do that, old guy." And as you like your hand like pauses and goes, you look behind him. You see this guy. He looks quite handsome for a young man. White hair, long past his shoulders. I'm pretty sure he has like some red eyes, pale skin. He stares at you. This fish man with a sword next to him, and he goes, and Genji, and
The guy at the store?
Yes. Yeah. Meyerson like looks at you and goes, "We're hired because of security detail."
You're getting confronted at a store. I just realized that.
Lord Egbert. Lord Egbert happens to be one of the people that we are in debt to, or helping us. So please, do me a favor and back off.
You should say to him, "You're pretty."
The minute, okay, so I have a question. This is more like a thing. Is Beckett capable? Like, is he able to like gauge people's strength immediately? Yeah. Okay. When you gauge Meyerson, you raise not one but two eyebrows. So you're like, oh, because the death aura that's radiating from him is like, the best way to describe it is like Mahito from JJK. As he said, the crazed look in his eye, and the unglimpsed, very resolved face of Injinji tells you that this is a
Gonna pull out the pocket Denden Moshi, and I'm going to.
I should be mentioned at this point, Egbert is just walking like with Xbox Man away.
Oh no, this is exactly why I'm pulling out the pocket Denden Moshi. I'm gonna be like, hey Quinn.
Quinn, you hear bang, 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 bang.
Oh, hey there, old man. What's going on?
Can you open up one of your doors, right? And I'm gonna kind of see the path that they're walking around, right about here in this general area. Just open it really quick. You'll find it really pleasant to surprise.
I mean, you are my mentor. I'll do whatever you have to say. But, Harry, what snack do you want for your birthday? What special snack do you want?
Trust me, the person we're gonna get is going to get that snack all right.
I want Jackboot to make a big cake, because I want Jackboot to make a cake big enough that we can share with everybody.
Tuna toothpaste cake?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't want toothpaste on my cake.
just test some
I just want a good old fashioned birthday.
Okay, then we'll celebrate it later.
Okay.
When everyone comes back.
Okay.
Me and you, we're gonna play hopscotch all day.
Can Owly play with us?
What did you name him?
Owly.
Yeah. Owly can be our guest of honor.
Yay!
I saw a look of fatherly disappointment pass over your face.
Alright, so are you going to try to do this?
Alright, Beckett, just direct me when you need me.
Do it now.
Mentor bonus.
15. You open the door
Mentor bonus.
So that's a 20.
And captain bonus, because he asked him what he wanted Jackboot to cook.
Xbox Man and Egbert fall into the ship. And both just like, Xbox Man goes, Xbox? And Boggle goes, what the?
I'm just gonna close the door really quick so the other security detail go through. And I'm gonna look at the other slaves and be like, all right, who wants to join the Navy?
Oh my goodness.
9. Myerson and Genji both look at you and they're gonna go, there's not gonna be some... You just bit like everybody else, old man. Aren't you
Yeah,
wealthy?
but like... You see, here's the problem here. There's a bit of an ethics issue I'm having here. You see, I don't really think too fondly of what's going on here. You see, 12 years ago there was the celestial dragon that came to do a really, really big purchase here. And you know that big crater that eventually got turned into like a concert hall, I think it is now? Well, I made that crater. And here's the deal. I'm going to do that again. And so, Gingy, I'm going to be looking at this guy, and I'm immediately going to appear before him. And you know how I did that little like ball thing with the condensed level 35 hockey? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to slam it into him like a Rasengan.
Oh my goodness. When you appear in front of him, you were doing that to Genji, right?
Yeah.
And Genji does the, oh, but then you hear a, and you turn behind you, and Myerson is right there. He makes an identical ball. And he looks at you and goes, you're not the only one that's that strong. You know, there's a few others that can enter the beyond state. And he goes, like myself. And he slams the ball like into yours, and they both kind of like implode. So you kind of like jumping like a step back. And he kind of goes, look, old man, there's not a need to have to be so destructive. Look around you.
Uh-huh.
With that level of destructive capability, you're going to hurt a lot of innocent people.
I mean, do you really count people who say slavery is okay as innocent?
Think about it like this. And that's when he kind of like, he like puts a hand in his pocket and gestures to the rest of the crowd and goes, look around you. Not only do you have members of your crew like walking around, such as my good friend Rufus.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
But on top of that, look over there. And he points, and you see like C4 in the wheelchair. You see like you see Judah Baker and Guido like at the taco stand. You see some other people, some people on the younger side. Giant Jim is standing there like looking at this very, very pristine vase, and he goes, "There's a number of people that you pretty much care about. That if you turn this place into a crater." And trust me, this place can't take that kind of heat. You're going to do a lot more damage than you are going to do good. And besides, doesn't that go against some sort of Navy code of conduct? In entry number 342, if you actually read the manual that was done by your daughter.
There's a manual?
Yeah, she made it when she was in prison. I don't know how that even works. Considering at that point the Navy was already... Anyways, my point being... He closes it and goes... I highly suggest that you... rethink this. And as he says this, you notice like throughout the crowd there's a few more people that have now picked up, like you see Zebra Griffin is kind of like as like other figures that you recognize from your battle in the Strong Arm Rumble. They're walking forward. And my son goes, now, and then he hears a yes on his pocket did mushy as he
Could
opens
it
up.
be?
He goes, yeah, what is it? And you hear this female voice that you can't really make out, kind of talking quietly, and he goes, okay, yeah, I'll be there in a second. Sorry, old guy, I'm gonna go, but promise me one thing. If you're gonna make a crater, at least do it somewhere else. Besides, if you make a crater, there's a lot of good fighting capability, like people with good fighting capability around you that you could just wipe out instantly. That's not fun. I think between the two of us that we both understand each other. You're the type that likes to enjoy a good fight since you're so strong that it's very rare you actually have one. Now.
Give that one moment. Hey,
Bang. Bang. Oh, hello there, Beckett. I'm making really good friends with Ethbert right now.
You are a piece of garbage, you slime! You Neanderthal! Unhand me!
Let's hold him for ransom.
Well, no. Then you hear like Rock say, "Can I just snap his neck, Captain?" He literally is like a toad.
I mean, if you accidentally chloroform him, is anyone really gonna be at fault?
chloroform, you can't. And then you hear Xbox, and you hear Boggo's voice just go, I really just want to kill him right now.
We're not killing Rufus's new dad guy.
And you hear like some of like the other crew members go, man, I don't even know who this guy is, but I kind of want to beat him up. But all right, everyone says,
I accidentally made fun of his freak wife. But
what did you say, you sir?
So, anyways, I'm gonna free the slaves. Do you think we have the room for them?
how many?
Let's start just counting them.
Oh,
one
there's
by one.
100.
Oh, there's about 100 or so.
I mean, we've got the size of the Ark. Ever read the Bible, old man?
you know what? That
got
is
a lot
true.
of room.
We do canonically have the ship. The
You can
size
hear
of the
Spade
Ark.
from 50 miles away. I agree.
Anyways,
have
I'm gonna just
Xbox
say
on
we
the-
definitely have the room for them. So,
Okay, my question to you, Beckett, is
Mhm.
we're going to need to justify this because how are we going to be going around crusading as the new Navy if we pull a stunt like this?
you mean ending slavery?
You see, I wish it was that easy, but people like this can manipulate the media. Make
Not
it
if they're
say-
dead.
Oh,
Not if they're dead.
but
Oh my goodness.
I'm looking at you, Edinburgh, even though I can't see her or whatever your name is.
does that not go against your code of morals?
He is
I mean-
unconscious, though.
They're bad people. I'm a bad person, kinda. I mean, it depends on who you ask.
We've all been bad people, but we all change, or hopefully
I mean-
change.
I'm looking at some kids that look just like your son, crying and in chains. I mean, think
In
about
fact,
it,
here's
right?
some sobs. One of them goes, I wish I had an owl bear.
We need to be able to justify our actions. So as long as you can find a way to address the people, maybe we shine a little light on this operation. But I'll leave that to you since you're basically leading this at this point.
Gotcha. And then I'm going to, I'm actually going to look around, and since I did end up seeing a certain somebody in a wheelchair, a certain person pushing that wheelchair would also be nearby. I'm going to pick up Heath's later. I'm going to be like, all right, Heath, start freeing the slaves.
What?
Come up with a good excuse.
Wait, what? Okay.
You have to address the people's Heath.
12.
Mentor bonus.
He's not one of his 3 mentees.
Wait, so, well, what do you want me to do?
Free the slaves.
Okay, I can do that.
Yep.
You walk forward, and all the people just kind of go, what does this guy do? Isn't that one musician that was, like, going ham earlier? No, that was the kid. The one that was screaming in agony, but it sounded really
Hey,
good.
write a song about this. Write a song about freedom or something. You can
enlist the help of Judah Baker.
But as this is going on, Spade's out of story goes,
You want me to sing in front of this?
another Xbox, but Spade stops, starts quivering, and he goes, bang.
Ben is not there.
Can I?
He did beat Xbox Man, though. That's
Can
right.
I be nearby?
Sure.
What was...
Can I be nearby?
Sure.
Because this looks like this might turn into a fight.
At the
Be
block by
buckle
the
it.
store.
Okay, Heath.
What?
You walk over and
Yeah.
you say, I'm gonna free the slave, and you hear one of the guys go, you know what, it's not even worth it. And he walks over, just unchains them all.
Bro, what?
And he's just like, Judah Baker!
And
I need you to make a song with me about
And
freedom!
he goes, oh yeah, man, I got you. And all at once he
It
just
just
goes,
starts
like, and the crowd goes, yeah,
Oh,
freedom! Can you see? All right, and with that, with the sounds of the anthem, it would like downplay like the muffled voice as it would carry over, and Rufus would be sitting down with his mother Ursula.
Which is perfect because I will be bowing out.
Okay.
I'm being called into work. Because Lisa's brother is
Oh.
GG.
Oh.
Actually, if you want.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, goodbye, Eric.
I love you, Eric.
Goodbye.
We love you, Eric.
Thanks for the dinner.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Actually, you are a G for that.
Finish all of that.
That was incredible.
Y'all gonna be here when I get back, right?
Yeah, we will.
Okay, good.
It's a late night of recording for some. Anyways, okay.
So,
That was loud.
have all the slaves just suddenly been freed?
Oh yeah.
They're all walking through the door.
Oh, okay.
At
The people are kind of, they've made a conga line, and some of the actual like auctioneers just kind of are like now on the ship, not knowing what's happening.
Jackboot is standing near the side, hands on the chest of money, and then just sighs and leaves it to the lackeys.
All right.
Wait, can I just real quick address the people before we get to Rufus's turn?
Sure.
I'll walk through the door that the slaves are going through. And I'll address everyone here. And I'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, this island is... It's very poetic how dark it is. You can't really see anyone's face when you wander around. If you're not right up in their face, you're not seeing it. And it's dark just like slavery, just like everything that's going on here. There's just an aura of darkness. But I offer you light. I offer you a chance to be able to proudly wear your face wherever you go. No need to hide in the darkness on this island or doing any of this. I know that we all have deeds that we regret, and even if you don't regret them, we all have deeds that are objectively incorrect. Ladies and gentlemen, I offer you a chance to reconcile yourselves. Pull yourselves out from this pit of darkness. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm offering you a fast track to that light. Join us. Join me.
1.
Oh.
As you stand there, you go, join me. You hear a gunshot ring out. And you look down and you see this red crimson kind of go clout through your chest as you're gonna go, huh? And you pull out like a sea stone bullet and you go, well, that wasn't supposed to be there. You kind of take a knee as Zebra Griffin walks up and goes, you have got to be kidding me. I really expected you to be a lot more, intelligent. These people here, they don't see the light. In fact, everyone here kind of enjoys the darkness. Myself included. I'm sorry, Captain. You freed all the slaves. Good job. But now I got orders that we're gonna bring you
Am I
and the
nearby?
crew down. Oh, well, yeah. Almost at once, as soon as he does that, he says, Thunderbolt, get the people out. And all at once, this guy, known as Thunderbolt Lawrence, his first mate, pulls out these two pistols and shoots them into the sky. And he goes, everybody out! And all at once, the people gotta go, ah! And they start running toward, the different doors.
I'm gonna, walk up. Do you want...
Well, that's where we're cutting out. That's where we're cutting out and going over to Ryan. Ryan's been sitting.
But we'll
patiently
come back
for a
to
while.
this, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Oh, that's fine. I love it.
As we stand over, Rufus sits down with his. Oh, Rufus, I really can't tell you how happy I am to see you again. It's been so long since I last saw you. So, please tell me what exactly you've been doing. You're carrying on your father and I's legacy of hunting for devil fruits?
Yes, I am indeed carrying on the legacy of the family. But there is one thing that I'm wondering if you have more information about. And from my overcoat, I'm going to pull out the level 40 devil fruit that I got from the weapons store.
The ship in the bottle one?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
You're gonna say, alright, Mother. I don't know if there's anyone more well-versed on devil fruits in this entire earth than you. Can you tell me what this is?
She cocks her head a little bit and she pulls out these spectacles and she puts them on and goes, well now, isn't this interesting? You have the bottle fruit. This devil fruit allows you to basically make a pocket universe in which you could take a whole group of people, even an army, so to speak.
I will do it.
Back in the day when, in ancient history, when the Battle of Marineford happened, say for example you were on the side of Whitebeard, you could put the whole fleet into this bottle, and when you have this devil fruit, you can make the shape of the bottle in your hand, throw it on the ground, and your army appears right there. Or if you decide that you wanted to capture a super powerful opponent and imprison them within the bottle, no matter how strong the opponent, if you successfully manage to overpower them, physically and willpower-wise, you could put them in this ship in the bottle, so to speak, and they'd be trapped for as long as you want. A very dangerous and powerful fruit, my son. You've done well. But
Interesting.
on another note, you were only 8 when it happened, so things have changed drastically, but have you done any research into the god fruit?
It's funny that you should bring that up, actually. That's what Dad was talking about on the day that everything happened, and that terrible moment that he told me to run.
That's unfortunate. I'm so sorry that had to happen, that you weren't supposed to be there.
But how sorry are you, Mother? Even going as far as marrying your own husband's brother, taking him to be your husband, as if there is no loyalty, no love, no tragic feelings or emotions, even after all these years. How could you do this?
Honey, it's been many, many years since your father passed away. Egbert stepped up, and in a lot of ways, he was a lot more cooperative than your father was. Near the end of his days, your father and I did nothing but argue over finding this devil fruit and what to do with it afterwards. So really, you don't know where the god fruit is? Your father didn't give you any special clues?
I believe that he might have given me a good start. And I'm going to take off my overcoat, and I'm going to hand it to her, and I'm going to say, flip it around backwards so that you can see the back of it, and hold it up to the light.
Did you, put the map on the back as well?
Well, as she does this, I'm going to go around her side and act like I'm trying to point something out to her, but instead I'm going to bring out my sea stone handgun and put it behind her back.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm going to say, I know what you did. All those years ago, you think that just out of the blue, out of nowhere, pirates would somehow stumble upon a research vessel. Do you think that I'm dumb? Do you think that Dad was dumb? No. He knew that something was going to happen ever since you lost your mom and father, my grandparents. It drove you mad trying to bring them back. And my father, your husband, he saw how the god fruit was driving you insane, trying to do as much research into it as you could and stopping at nothing to get it done. And he saw it was turning you into a monster. And so he decided to stop it.
Oh. You were a lot smarter than I thought. I would have thought that it being when you were 8 years old, you wouldn't really be able to put 2 and 2 together. Yes, I had your father killed. It wasn't supposed to end like that, but your father would not see reason. I lost the only people that mattered to me truly. Your father and I. Our whole marriage. It was more than just... It was just a lasting partnership. There was no love lost. If anything, I lost the most valuable resource I had to finding the one thing that could bring the only people that mattered to me back. And if you're smart, you're going to help me find it. I'm not an idiot either. I have been working for years since your father died to find out where the god fruit is. And I got a breakthrough. I thought... I know my husband well enough to know that he doesn't have the ability to access the beyond state of hockey. But what if he was able to have the capability of seeing that you do have that capability? And as such, was able to somehow imprint you within your mind the ability to tattoo at least one section of the 4-piece map that he ripped apart and fuse it to your own body. So... Rufus. And I had rolled it a little bit earlier. When you had put the gun to her back, she was pulling a gun out of her side. Ooh. You beat her to the punch. And she kind of goes, so Rufus, how much of your true potential do you actually know about? If you come with me, we'll be the most wealthy people of all. If we find the God fruit, life and death are in our own hands. I can find a way to split the power with you. And when we do that, you can bring your father back. Maybe even manipulate him to realize that...
I shoot her through the gut.
Oh my goodness.
Story, you know...
In the middle of her monologue, I'm going to shoot her through the stomach. Blood splattering all over the back of my trench coat.
Oh my goodness.
Dude.
You see, Mother, I don't care about what potential I have. You took away the closest man in my life, the figure that I needed most, for nothing, out of greed. So, I don't care what I could have become. All I care is that you become nothing now.
You shot your own mother. Do you realize what you've done? And as she says this, you notice she's holding in her hand a pocket Din Mushi. And that's when Meyerson and Njinji walk into the room. Oh. And Meyerson like stands there and goes, oh, that's interesting. And as he does that, he holds out his hand and he kind of like twists and he makes that ball, except his hockey is dark red. And as he does this, that familiar burning sensation lights up on your back. And Meyerson goes, oh, so it is true. You're one of the lucky 7. I don't think even you realize that you have the potential to get into the beyond state of hockey. That's unfortunate for you. Because, I kind of also want it. In fact, my boss wants it. I will say that this lady, she's pretty smart. She hired that Zaber Griffin guy to kind of work his back up and be able to screw me in the back. But I'm also really smart, so I realize that that's what she's trying to do. And he shoots your mom in the head to finish the job. But he just does like a hockey finger bullet. And he points back to you and goes, but let's be honest here. We both understand that there's multiple pieces of the map and you only have one part, but I do have the capability of ripping it out of your back and holding on to it, so I think I'm going to do that. So is this going to be the easy way, or is this going to be the hard way? And as he says this, and Jinji like walks around to the other side of the room, and now like they kind of like separate. If you've ever watched Hunter x Hunter, it's like the two Zoldycks walk into a room, side by side, just circling. And as you like, at the exact moment that happened, that's when you hear the, we are the champions, my friend. And you hear someone go, there's a conga line going on out here. The slaves are getting away. And all at once, Richter comes barreling into the door and he goes, you're not going to believe that. Auntie? I mean, what?
Richter,
Rufus, what do you do?
you have one chance right now to join the right side.
When he does this, he goes, choose the right side. I had chose the side before you even managed to get here. And he points the gun to Meyerson and Jinji as he goes, remember back in the day when we were kids thinking about wanting to be Star Thief when we grew up? I did my own little research back in the day when we were like kids and after you disappeared, supposedly died. I decided the best way to honor your memory is do what we always wanted to do and become Star Thief. As such, I got really good at bounty hunting, thievery, a bunch of other things. And that's when he pulls up this ski mask and he puts it over his face and he pulls out like 2 pistols. Basically kind of what like you got going on. And he goes, so, do you really think the 2 of us can stand a chance against these 2 guys, or like, should we run?
I'm going to turn to Njinji and Meyerson, and I'm going to say, gentlemen, it seems that we're evenly matched here. I don't think that any of us want a fight, and I can give you something that doesn't require any injury let me give you a copy of this map that I'm not interested in. I have no intentions of searching after the God fruit. If you want to find it, it's all yours. I don't want to get mixed up with the evils that come along with trying to find this piece of fruit.
I don't have to roll for that. That's exactly what they want. Meyerson nods his head and goes, "Oh, you're wiser beyond your years. I'll take that. The boss will be happy. One piece of the puzzle." But I do have a question though. You're rejecting the God fruit because to honor your father's legacy and because you seem to understand what kind of destruction it does. But isn't a part of you kind of worried about what kind of destruction we can cause?
You see, I'm not worried because it would appear that the quest to find the God fruit, the only power that comes from it is the inner turmoil of anyone who tries to find it. I feel that it has some kind of cursed energy around it that will not let anyone of evil intentions find it. So, I would suggest if you do go with whoever your boss is, get far, far away from them because you will be wrapped up in that turmoil as well. I've seen it happen before my own eyes.
All right. Well then. Muchas gracias, senor. We'll be leaving. And Genji, let's get out of here. This is about to blow up. Probably literally, if that old man has anything to do with anything. And the two of them walk out slowly and disappear into the darkness on the outside. And as Richter turns to me and goes, "Well, definitely didn't lose the ability to be able to talk someone down for a fight. But we might want to help your friends out there. I think your mom's security force is a little bit doing too good at their job."
I see. And I'm going to walk out with the Richter, and I'm going to see what needs to be done.
All right.
With everyone outside.
As you walk out, you took a bullet wound as you fell to one knee. The entirety of the, I think I called them the Gryffindor Pirates. Let's look.
I call them the Bang Pirates.
That's insane.
They call me Bang Sam.
The Wing Warrior Pirates.
Before we get into combat, can I do one roll?
Sure, what are you trying to do?
Use the heal.
So I'm bleeding. Blood's coming out of my mouth and through my chest. I'm going to grab, not my personal Den Mushi, but I'm going to grab the emergency one. This one doesn't go bang, bang. It's just an emergency siren. I call the people back on the ship. Malka. Things are going down. People are escaping. They were too stubborn to take up my offer to become better people. Arrest those that you can. Take Xena. Arrest those that you can, and those who try to put up a fight, incapacitate them and take them. We're going to be turning them in at Watchtower Island.
Understood, Captain. All hands on deck. Get that forklift.
Rock is gonna stay.
And you hear
to guard the ship.
you hear people go "Get the forklift, arm it up," and you hear beep beep
Paul,
beep as people.
Do you want me to interrupt your 1v1 with this guy, or do you want me to fight the other guy?
I mean, there's probably so many people you can fight.
There's Lawrence.
Who was the guy that was "Get out of here, people"? Who was shooting?
That's Lawrence Thunderbolt, the first mate of the Wing Warrior Pirates. He was one of the people who did not compete actively in the Strong Arm Rumble, but he was there with Zebra Griffin watching. There's Violet Breaker. She's the one with the Miss Fruit. She was involved in combat. I think she was in the same match that Beckett was in.
Yeah.
There's Giovanni, a fishman. Haza is a guy with the mythical mammoth zone fruit. Friesen, a purple fishman with a puffer fish kind of vibe. There's Kill Count Brava, is a cyborg with a grenade launcher, and finally Sam Wonka, the really creepy looking clown with a massive hammer.
I'm gonna turn to the guy who shot, and I'm gonna give him give him a stink eye and be like, "I don't got time to fight." I'm gonna turn to my captain and I'm gonna do the. You see, it's my nephew's birthday. it wouldn't be a good birthday if his dad was dead. So kindly step out of the way, and I'm gonna like clap my hands. And there's gonna be like 15 different hands like in a line under the. Or you're not gonna be able to serve your captain again. Do you get what I'm saying?
Just try a devil fruit user.
All the hands are just gonna like surround him. Just do like an earthquake, but only in like a circular motion. Devil fruit bonus.
17 with a +5, 23. He starts doing the die, but it's not enough as the hands begin to surround him as he's kind of just still
I'm
shooting.
ready. I'm ready for this one.
His face is still unmoved. It doesn't look like he's like too stressed out, but he's just shooting rapidly.
Using my hand fruit, I'm gonna do like a combination with my repulse fruit, and it's gonna be like a ton of different hands, all doing the finger guns, and then they're doing like a massive just armada of air.
15 +5, 20.
I'm in the process.
Or that's 15 +3, 18. Yeah, no, they start shooting, and he starts kind of doing like that roll, and he starts running up one of the arms, and he kind of, with like this, he kind of puts his hand behind his back, and he pulls out the sword, slices through, and he leaps out through your circle of hands, and he starts running down toward you, and he kind of hand out, kind of like running like super fast as he's approaching.
I'm gonna, using my strategist bonus, I'm gonna do he wants to get close. And just basically do like the Fushi girl smile, and he's the perfect. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna take the slash from the sword, and then he's gonna void him with the shatter. Devil fruit bonus, strategist bonus. He's dead.
You grab him by the head, and he just kind of grabs a hold of it and kind of goes, "There's no way."
A celebration.
You got like a 23 and a 28, so I'm gonna give him. This is
Yeah. I was about to say. I thought I rolled a 30 for
13. He stabs you in the wrist with a sea stone blade, just as you were about kind of adding to the pressure. And at the last second, you release him. However, he does have like a handprint burned into his head. I can't just.
I know. I understand.
I can't just everyone just be instant killed by a 23 and a 28.
Do I take off an arm? Because it wouldn't be a burning sensation.
Oh, you were using your
shatter.
Yeah. Shatter. Oh.
That's what I was thinking about. I wasn't mad.
Okay, then maybe you didn't get. He did it before you activated it. So it's you grabbed him by the head, stabbed you, and then you just okay. He's just right there at your feet.
Okay.
Okay. Rufus.
All right. As Richter and I run out to see the scene that's unfolding, I'm going to look over, and I'm going to see Quinn laying with a bullet wound on the ground, and
don't worry, I'm on one knee, heroic as ever.
And I'm going to look around, and I'm going to say, Richter, quick, the captain, he has a son with a balloon. Go find him and take him safely back to the ship. Take him out of this commotion.
Understood. This was a silent roll for Richter. Richter hits this button on the wrist, and he has jet boots.
Ooh,
and he and he flies, and with this wrist, he shoots a winch gun, and it wraps around the waist of Quinn, and he lifts him up, and he goes, "Howdy, Captain. I'm Richter, if you already forgot. I'm going to take you back to your ship and get you the help that you need."
I want to fight.
Are you sure?
I want to fight.
Are you sure?
Yeah, plus I need to grab some things for my boy while I'm still here.
He wants to fight!
Get his son!
Oh, well, I don't see him!
About 40 minutes ago. He went through the door.
Oh yeah, he's on the ship! And then he just drops you and he goes, he pulls up the guns and he cat bait, he just starts, as he starts kind of flying around. Alright, you have 3 turns.
Go back to the ship then! Wait for me there!
I can fight, man! I actually know what I'm
the star
doing!
thief.
And he flies, and you see with a meteorite blade he pulls out
That's
from
sick.
his side.
Oh
He the clown guy kind of runs up with a hammer, and he kind of goes.
Is he getting pushed in a wheelchair?
Oh well, no, you do see Luther being pushed on a wheelchair though. No, I'm kidding. That'd be insane. All right, you have 3 turns. So, Richter. It should be mentioned that the sword style that he went for is a kind of it's like a claymore, so it's a very large sword. So I shouldn't say he can't really fence with it. More like swinging. But anyways,
Okay, just to add a character question: is the Star Thief an established character or?
Oh, like Star Thief, like the legacy of the Star Thief is that way back when Citadel City was created, the Star Thief was like the first ever vigilante. It's like Batman, and every time when the Star Thief would get up in his years, he would find a new person, like a Robin, to train, and then that person will one day become the Star Thief.
It's not a canonical One Piece thing.
Not a One Piece thing, no. But this guy in particular, your cousin Richter, he did his own research, and unlike any of the other ones, all the other Star Thieves found their person. Richter found the Star Thief first, and because of his deducing and like very good like detective work, he became the new Star Thief almost immediately. And now he carries the legacy. He's literally Batman. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for. One Piece Batman, except with a really cool meteorite claymore. And
Nice.
guns. And jet boots.
And bang.
Yeah, and Ben. He has some Ben plushie. No, okay.
The ship in a bottle fruit that I have, is it a one-time use
Oh,
deal?
no, it's a devil fruit, man. You gotta use that as much as you want.
I don't actually want it, if that's why you were looking at me. I do not want it.
I'm going to run up to Captain Quinn Cook, and I'm going to explain to him the properties of this devil fruit that I have, and I'm going to tell him, if you were to consume this fruit, and instruct all of us to get out of the way, you could apprehend every single one of these people in one go with this fruit. Just put them in a pocket dimension, and then take them out once we reach Watchtower Island. Then everything will come to light, just as you said. Even the slaves.
You know, that sounds like a really good idea. Are you entrusting me with this?
Captain, there's no one I would trust more with this fruit than you.
Alright. I guess I eat the ship in the bottle fruit.
Dang. Alright. Well, let's see. Brother's gonna try to apprehend. 17. You eat the fruit and immediately you feel like the abilities and the properties go into it. As you reach your hand out and you start beginning to summon the capabilities of being able to put people in, that's when you notice C4 is in his wheelchair, and as Heath was trying to get him out of the way, it got stuck in like kind of like a rut, and they're kind of in like the level, the area that you need to swallow, so to speak, into the bottle.
Since it's still my turn, I'll just say, Richter, use your jet boots and fly them out of there. Leave the wheelchair. They won't get far with it.
Understood. Hit the chair.
Depending on what it is.
Depending on what it is.
We're not gonna roll that.
No, we're not. 10. Richter starts flying forward. He goes, I got this. And all at once, Kill Count Brava, the cyborg with a bazooka, shoots out. And Richter kind of goes, oh! And you watch as like, he collapses into a pile of dust and smoke.
Oh, hey, bang.
I'm going to take out the sniper rifle, the heavy-duty sniper rifle, Seastone.
You do have that?
Gun, and I'm going to just aim it at the cyborg that just shot him down, and I'm going to try to kill this guy.
Alright. You have a bonus to that. I think it's a +2. You bring your gun around, and just as you do that, Thunderbolt from the area where Colton was at, he saw you aiming at Kill Count, and he just goes, and he shoots you directly in the back as you like fall down. And you go, oh! And Thunderbolt kind of goes, still got it. Lights a cigarette for no reason other than the fact that he knows he's probably gonna die. All right, and with that, Jackboot.
How many jerks are still fighting us?
There's about like 6, I think. 6
All
or
right.
let me count how many members are actually members.
Does
of the
anybody
crew.
here have an apple charter?
Oh, what?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Ryan has one
5,
for the
6,
iPhone
7,
Uh,
8. There's 8. There's a total of 8.
Wow.
And all of them are still kind of moving up pretty.
Okay, I whip open my jacket and I reach inside and I pull out a tin of biscuits and a jar of jam.
Ooh.
and I. And this is a special jam.
Oh.
And I, amidst the chaos, with all the care of someone who spent hours baking Lay's biscuits earlier, I spread them with the jam. I prepare 4 biscuits, and I pass them to my lackeys.
Oh, that's kind of fire. Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is for the Manticore ability, right?
Yep. You pass them out, and as you're
I
passing
better
them
get
out,
my cook bonus for this.
well, you do. It's still like a 13. They all hold it and they go. Are we?
You eat it. You eat it.
Okay.
Like this. Nom nom.
All nom nom, and they all eat it and they kind of go. What's that weird sensation? What was in that jam?
Yeah, and then suddenly all just gonna go. And they like all at once 4 manticores are spawned in. With the 13, it's not like they actively just join into
Okay.
combat, but yeah, they transform into their
Yeah.
manticore states.
And I point at the jerks and I say, "Kill jerks."
Oh. 13. I mean,
Keep in mind, I expended a
that
double
is
fruit for
that is the same roll, so it is a reroll.
this. Okay.
Okay, 22, and all at once they kind of go.
Wait.
They all like nod their head, and they just kind of go yes, 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 and all at once, all 4 manticores charge forward as the enemy crew just kind of go, what in the? And they all start kind of getting like assaulted by these massive manticores.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And okay. So
You could
There's
lay down
still-
some cover fire.
yeah, there's still a bunch of our guys in here, aren't there?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Okay. Did I, when I was bidding on the boxes of bombs earlier, did I actually get any of them, or am I still waiting on them?
You got them.
Okay. I open up a box of bombs, and I just start chucking them.
How many are you planning on emptying the whole box? This is very dependent on how much.
I'm going
bones you
to empty an entire box, and what I do is I pick a random explosive item up, and I press whatever I can on it, and I toss it at the jerks. And I'm going to burn through as much of an entire box as I can.
get. So a whole box would add up to a plus 20. So I'm gonna roll with a plus 20 bonus. Also insane. So this is a plus 22.
Will Jackboot beat the legendary Nat 40?
He will not.
Well, it's still a nat 30. You pull out the explosives, and Kill Count Brava, the guy with the bazooka, like turns and he like points it at you, and all at once he just
And I yell at him, "Look at this!"
and you literally just yeet, and he just goes oh, and you watch as he just erupts in an explosion. And with the fact that he has a bazooka along with the explosives on him, it just you start throwing it out, and it causes immense chaos amongst like all the different people. And with on the fact that you just spawn in a bunch of manticores, like everyone's like, oh my! Like the enemy crew was like, the captain in particular raises an eyebrow and goes, "Who is that woman? She's a master of chaos." And with that, we're gonna go over to Brian. It is now your turn.
And I was
C4 kind of like
happening,
C4 is like crawling, trying to get out of the wheelchair,
let
and
me
he's trying to
finish
crawl
my
away.
I got a plan.
So what's the situation?
There are 4 manticores, a whole host of explosives. His cousin Richter is lying in a heap with like fire kind of like emitting from him, or smoke emitting from him. He got shot. He's about to kill someone, and she's going insane.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, he's like
Heath just pick any bad guy and beat the crap out of him.
Also, in the chaos, one of them I do not activate, but I toss at him.
For like the manticore?
Or I toss to Heath without activating it.
A bomb.
Because I'm like, oh, Heath should have one of these.
what is it?
Who knows?
He like catches it.
If someone sold it to me in a box of bombs, it might not be a bomb.
I'll roll to see if it's a bomb.
Yeah, roll.
It's a bomb.
All right, and he's gonna look around for bad guys.
There's
And they'd be
8
like,
of them.
bang! Everywhere, bang!
There's just a bad guys.
There's a clown. There's a woman. There was a cyborg. The cyborg is definitely dead. Yeah, there's 2 fishmen, and there's a guy with a guy that's turning himself into a mammoth.
Sweet. He's gonna throw the bomb at the mammoth guy.
That is a 28.
Yep,
he's
he's
dead.
He's like, this is, and it's like actively ticking, and he's like, what the?
You
Throws
throw
it
it,
at
and
him.
the guy turns and he goes, huh? And he like falls over, and then,
It went through the mammoth's trunk.
yeah, and you watch as like all the manticores do like, get him up! Oh, and then like the manticores just
They're jumping at him?
Oh yeah, and then one of the guys goes, hey, let me up! Ah! And they like and then they go, actually, let's resort to actually what a manticore does, and they begin to devour the mammoth.
But then you see Spade.
Yeah,
And then there's the clown, right?
yeah, there is a clown, and he's like, oh, no, and he's running toward the door. Apollo is chasing him.
Oh, okay. Are there any other bad guys that are just free game?
There's the woman, and then there's the 2 fish people, the 2 fishmen. One's
Alright.
purple and one is just.
How'd them be
dressed
friends
in
with
rags.
Harry?
They are clearly evil.
No, just be like, oh, join our crew.
He's gonna slowly reach to his back and just say, "All right, it's showtime." Grab both spears. Let's get to work. And he's just gonna basically jump both of them with the spears and just stab through them.
Because it's both of his.
He does not do it. He does not do it.
As you approach, they both double clothesline you.
He's like, "Yeah."
No, one of them Irish whips him.
No, literally, one of them is like holding him like this, and he's like, "Come on, get him!" And the other guy goes, "Yeah, hold him." And they're leaning back. I will make a CPU roll because C4 would definitely not let that happen. He lets that happen.
He has broken legs.
Yeah, he's like, Heath, you got it. You got. You got it, Heath. I believe in you.
You gotta get new glasses.
I know.
He's
I do
gonna.
too, personally.
Heath is gonna try and.
Paul's face.
Wait, what did he just say?
He said he's gonna.
I
He's gonna.
He's gonna try and unlock a little bit of his hockey, and he's gonna try and anticipate the next punch while he's getting jumped, catch it, and basically knock this guy away and just suplex the guy that's holding him back.
You're not Brian Breaker, bro. You might be Brian
19,
Breaker.
you are Brian Breaker. You duck and it punches that guy in the face, and then you elbow that guy, and then you RKO him. And then you like grab the guy that got punched in the face. You turn him around, German suplex him on top of the other guy, and you do the yeah.
And he gets
Tobias
up,
Toss spawns out of nowhere.
He gets up and he's like, "Is this observation hockey?"
Nope, it was not observation hockey.
All right, Paul,
Yeah,
it's your
it's-
turn, and then after you, CPU turns.
All right, man.
For just
It's time for the great segregation of
Bang.
Citadel City Island. Wink. All of you, get in a single file line while the rest of the enemies group up. C4, I entrust you to use some of your wiring lines
Sounds like a
to
Captain
tie
bonus
them
to
all
me.
up together.
That's
Tie them up
Captain bonus.
all together so that I can transport them with this newly found ship in a bottle power. If I'm able to transport them, I'll take Spade as a spokesperson to explain what's happened at this island.
Also, secretly, Spade wrote this down on a piece of paper beforehand. I gave it to him, leaving a strategist
Well,
bonus.
actually, I believe that this is all the thinking of the captain.
Well, it is, but then if you said it
Alright.
wasn't, then you would have gotten a strategist bonus. But yeah, you should have gotten the strategist bonus.
Okay, so that's a 14. So you're organizing
Yes,
people? Okay, so
exactly.
yeah, people are running around trying to get away from their specific fights to get behind people. They're in the process.
Freeze!
Everybody.
It hits the perfect frame because everyone's moving around and everything. But I see a moment where everyone is lined up perfectly. I'm like, stop! And then I try and do it.
You don't do it. You're dead.
You're like, wait! And that's when you like turn and you see Captain Griffin transforming into his mythical Zoan Griffin fruit. And he just flies forward and you do the, what the? And his claws just delve right into your chest as he begins to fly you upwards away from the combat. And within his Griffin form, he kind of like, he says, I can't let you do that, Captain. Surrender your forces now, or you die from up here in the sky.
Watch this. Apollo! Throw your helmet at this guy. It's made of sea stone, right?
From down below, well, I might give him the Sea Stone Knight bonus specifically just for this so you can get out of it. With your captain bonus and that, I'll give it like a 20 so you don't have to deal with this. He goes, I can do one better. He picks up that shield that he got and he swings it around and he hits the side, and all at once it kind of whirs and clicks and turns into a crossbow. And he holds it up like this and he shoots a bolt, hitting into the the wing of one of the wings of Captain Saber, and it transforms back into a human form. It kind of goes, you have got to be kidding me. And now you guys are both just free falling, actually.
Free fall. Okay, that was all 3 rolls, but I'm gonna ask Apollo, since this is an NPC roll for Apollo specifically. I guess I'll give him a captain bonus for this part. I'm gonna ask him to throw me his sword, so that like I can fall on top of Griffin and stab him into the ground. That one's for Apollo specifically.
This is a +10.
Yep, you do it.
He throws you his hammer, and he throws it up to you, and he goes, Captain! And he slides down, and he brings up his mace like this, and he goes, quick! Do the bell clap! And when he swings his, you swing them down, and you hear a splurge. And a snap as Captain Saber goes, you can't be...
You got spit on my face, dude.
Sorry,
That's
my guy.
disgusting.
Hey, man. It's alright. We're related. In any case, Captain Saber, sorry. Dead.
Yep.
Thanks, Apollo.
I got you. Other NPC rules.
They're dead.
C4 with his bad legs, he's trying to get away and he goes, you gotta be kidding me, where can I go? And all at once he hears the, aren't you a frail little thing? And he turns and Viola Breaker, the only one of the women and one of the only ones that is still standing, she pulls out a sword and C4 goes, heave! And
C4 just died.
No.
He starts fighting the guys and he looks over. C4!
Question. This is one of my crewmates. Can I use one of my turns from next rotation?
Sure.
Here. You know when Harry got backhanded and my character just shot up? He wasn't a human anymore. He was just a black abyss.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen again. I'm gonna spawn right behind Viola. Is that her name?
Yeah, Viola.
I'm going to walk right behind her, and as she's stabbing him, I'm going to put my hand on her. I'm going to be like, little lady, you don't know what you just did. And then I'm going to use a pro gamer move that I've learned from Spade, and I'm going to repulse the pain from C4 into her. And I think I would get a captain bonus for this.
You would try.
That was not a good.
Well, depending on what it is.
Yeah, you're trying.
Yeah. You bring the pain up out of his body. C4 goes, and you throw it into her, and all at once Viola just goes, oh, and she just faints.
Nice. My turn.
I think Colton's guy is one of the only people left standing besides the two
Alright.
fish. There's
After-
the clown's booking it, but Apollo was chasing him. Sorry. Last person I think was Richter. Richter caught the clown and cuffed him.
Okay.
After the guy shoots Ryan, it would do the thing all at the same time where C4's getting stabbed, he got shot, and etc. It would do the thing. Spade puts his hands in his pockets, and the Rhina and Bertolt transformation. You would just see hockey staticking around Spade's arm, and now we're gonna get some Spade lore. He throws off his clothing, revealing the tattoo and everything, and he's lavished with scars and everything, and he's gonna look back at the guy and he's gonna go, "You want to know how I got these scars?"
Was it Batman?
No. And he's gonna go, "My father was a drinker and a fiend for power. And one night he comes home worse than usual, and he backhands my mother, only to see how I would react. He wants me to become the strongest. And as he goes, nah! And then kicks the guy. And it is the strongest. And just keeps doing it. And it is the... Then he turns to me. Backhands me. And then this is when Spade's Hockey Beast is going to come out. It's going to be a hornet. The stinger's going to go through the guy's throat. And then there's going to do like a flashback to Admiral Hornet, like backhanding Spade's mom, and do the, show me your hockey, Spade. And he'd backhand her, and then he would do the, I don't have any. And they do the thing where he backhands Spade, and does the, you're not my son, show me your hockey. As he starts like abusing Spade. And they would go back to a flashback to where, like, it would do the thing where, like, Admiral Hornet looks down at Spade as Spade's eyes are getting all teary. And then Spade, like, hulks out, basically, with hockey. And his hockey beast appears. And then Admiral Hornet would smile and do the, good, son. Maybe you're my son after all. And then, so it's going to go back to present time. And Spade's hockey beast stinger is just going to go through the guy's throat. And then Spade's just going to finger gun him and just...
Okay.
3 pulls. All 3 rolls.
How many rolls are you using?
All 3.
All 3?
Just
Okay.
to finish it.
And then Devil Fruit, that's a +9.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, I'm dead.
14.
I knew it was gonna happen. That's why I used all 3 rolls.
Yeah. When you created the Hornet, you looked down and he is booking it. I'm gonna give you, because, you know, why not? Go ahead and I'm gonna roll a second time to see if he gets a roll like 5 or below, he escapes. Otherwise, you take him at the.
I'm gonna make a diamond javelin and just like throw it with little effort. Just go like this. It's gonna go through his head and just nail him to a wall.
All right.
Devil fruit bonus.
Yep, that does it.
He literally was running and he goes, I'm almost there. I can get away.
And it does like the slow motion of him like falling like right outside the door. And with that, all of them are dead. You guys have won.
Are they all dead?
Yep.
We didn't manage to spare a single one.
Oh no, the clown is alive. He got captured by Apollo. Apollo arrested him. Or not Apollo, sorry. Richter actually caught him.
We're going to ship in a bottle all of the people who fled. Is that something that I can just like...
Oh wait, I forgot. I think the fishmen are still up, but at this point they would surrender. At this point they would have surrendered.
Okay, I want to ship in the bottle all the bad guys, and I want to send... Who would want to be the representative here?
What is it?
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
take it,
what
yeah.
is that?
I agree.
Who would want to like explain what went down here? Okay.
I'll try.
Oh, actually, Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus. So, we have everyone lined up, tied up with C4's wiring. We have them all right outside the ship. I look to Rufus. Rufus, a lot has gone down. Be sure not to leave out a single detail. Well, you could keep out the part that I stole Owly, but...
Harry
Make
goes,
sure-
I love Owly. I mean, he was on the ship, but he stays. He said because he hears the name somehow.
Make sure that even though we are the new Navy, the current Navy needs to know of the atrocities committed here, and that we did our best to peacefully bring in all of our enemies. It didn't work as well as we would have hoped, but we brought all these filthy people who indulged in slavery and illegal auctioning.
Absolutely, my captain. That's something that I can do.
All right. Thank you for your trust with the ship in the bottle fruit, Rufus. I trust you with our name and image.
Thank you, Captain.
No problem.
We're gonna end it. We're ending it when Rufus does his discussion with the people. But what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna walk to Harry, and I'm gonna like hide my hand. You know, this hurt. I'm gonna like hide it like in my pocket so he can't see what happened. And I'm gonna like kneel down to where we're like the same height, and I'm gonna be like, "How was your birthday, little guy?"
It was pretty good. I'm just waiting for Jackboot to get back so we can make a cake for everybody.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
start next
that's gonna be awesome. Is everyone invited to your birthday party?
Yeah, everyone, even Craven. And Craven goes, yes, I've never been to a birthday party before.
Okay, Harry, there's one thing that you need to do at your birthday party, though. Don't talk to Heath Slater.
Okay. Is this a secret?
Yeah, between you, me, and your father. Okay?
What about Owlie? And you look, and the bear's literally leaning in, like...
I'm gonna be like, okay, Owlie, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna dap him up.
And
Oh,
Heath,
no, like, literally, Owlie goes like this, and then he puts on a headband around his head and goes...
and Heath is walking up with his giant dog, and he's like, hey, I'm invited too, right?
He's invited. We just don't have to interact with him.
Okay.
Yeah?
Owlie, tell him.
I am?
Yes! Wait,
Finally, that's the 1st
I'm gonna
birthday
find the
I've been
spot.
invited
I'm gonna
to.
find the spot on his dog.
The dog just starts going, and then, like, Owlie, like, looks over and goes like that with the dog, too, and starts scratching, and the dog goes...
And then Heath is just like, yes, finally.
The dog and Owlie are now best
A
friends.
birthday I've been invited to. I wasn't even invited to my own birthdays.
Hey Heath.
Yeah, what's up?
I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Think you could
You sure?
teach
You're,
me?
you're not joshing me around? You really want to learn?
He's
Sure.
lying, says C4, laughing to himself, but also trying not to cry with the pain of his legs. He did fall out of the
Alright,
wheelchair.
how good is Spade at the guitar?
Alright, last roll before we go into Rufus. 10, you were
He's
horrible.
pretty bad.
Okay, we're gonna start next week with the birthday celebration.
Alright, but we do have this last moment with Rufus. As Rufus, you stand, it would like kind of do like a kind of cutscene switch over to Watchtower Island as you are walking with this troop of captured individuals. And Giant Jim is there and he goes, man, it's like I haven't seen you guys in a while. And he's like, and then like someone goes, read all about it, Giant Jim, our new mayor was on the island when the sting operation happened. And Giant Jim goes, kill that guy. Anyways. He does not say that. He just kind of goes, and he just starts.
For all those who didn't see that, he ripped the newspaper.
Yeah, he ripped the newspaper. I'm sure you guys could have figured that out for the ripping
No,
sound.
they couldn't. No.
Dang it. I'm sorry. I forget I have no visuals. But anyways, as you approach, Richter actually kind of went along for the ride, mostly kind of just maybe to say goodbye, who knows. And as you guys walk side by side, almost matching trench coats. Yours is kind of on the darker side and his is like brown. As the two of you guys walk together with this troop, he kind of like gestures to have you like say your piece. As Giant Jim turns around and goes, "Oh, Rufus, Devil's Peddler, nice to see you again. What's all this?"
This is what remains of one of the darkest islands containing some of the darkest people that I've ever experienced in my life. These people, they practiced horrible things, including slavery, slave trade, black markets, everything that you can think of. These people, they're monsters. We don't know what they can truly be capable of, and I think that we ought to have each of them go through their own trials and see what the law and what the people have to say to them.
Understood. And I was just rolling on the side for Malka and Xena and the NPCs, like their group to capture the other people that were trying to escape the island. Both Malka and Xena did horrible, but the rest of the crew literally did their job so well. They got a 29 and captured the entirety of there was maybe 10 people unaccounted for. As overall in the sting operation, you made 500 arrests. And among two of the 10 people were, of course, Injinji and Meyerson. Athbert also was captured. You know, he's one of the main people with it. As you say that, Giant Jim nods his head and goes, "You did amazing. Seems to me as if you and the new Navy did a better job than the Aberration Confederacy's army could have done. You have my thanks, Rufus."
Thank you as well.
And he turns and he kind of goes back as there's now a massive paparazzi going, "Were you really on the island, Mr. Mayor?" And he goes, No, that was my son. And he goes, and his son just gonna, you see his son just gonna go "I just wasn't there." And he goes, "Shut up. Anyways, look at my new vase." And everyone goes, "Ooh." And he goes, "Taken specifically from, it was, I found it in this pawn shop. Shout out to that one pawn shop. Everyone goes, we don't have a pawn shop. Because, don't worry about it. They're like, okay. But as he kind of gestures and kind of talks to the rest of the crowd, it would like cut back as you and Richter head back to the ship, and Richter hands in pockets his ski mask kind of outside of one pocket and goes, well, that's that. We both lost a parent. Actually, we both lost both of our parents at this point. We're both orphans, just like we wish we were when we were kids. Just like Star Thief. My dad's gonna be serving his life in prison. Both of your parents are dead. My mom died under suspicious circumstances not long after your father did. You know, I knew for a while that your mom was behind it, but I just never had enough proof. And she had too many powerful enemies for me to be able to have the courage to say anything. I'm sorry I didn't look for you, Rufus. I completely believed in your mother's methods. I didn't think there was a chance that you would be alive.
I understand, Richter, and I apologize for the same. I was just living my life under constant fear of what my mother was capable of and the depths that she would go to attain personal power. I apologize for not trying to find you as well. But I'm sure that the new Navy could use a hero like you, someone with the name and the recognition of someone who does immense good for everyone that he can. I implore you, cousin, brother, join us. You can help so many people. You would be such a great asset on our team in the ranks.
It's true.
He nods his head and kind of smiles and goes, well, I always thought I would be a dashing, like a Navy officer. Maybe an admiral one day, who knows? Yeah, sure. I'll join your little team there. You know, when you got your 3-star bounty, it wasn't long before I got my own. So, I think, honestly, you and me, the Forney's cousins turned siblings, whatever we are, I think we're gonna make a name for ourselves.
What happened to the husband?
Oh, I said he got captured. He was literally on their ship. He got doored. Yeah, he got
We
captured.
should have held him for ransom.
Well, most of the people that would have been paying for it are dead or captured now. So, anyways, but as the episode would end, it would cut to Rufus in his room, sitting down on his bed, looking at the cover of an old journal that used to be his father's, and it would do a slight flashback of laughing of him and Richter running through the streets, and then his mother coming out of their house and going, Rufus, come inside now. Come on, it's time for bed. And it would do the thing of, it would show Rufus giving his mother a hug, laying down for bed, and then later he would like giggle and he would turn on the light and go, Dad, come on. And he'd be like, read me the story of the Star Thief. And the episode would end as Kid Rufus would be staring up as his father smiling and ignoring his very bickering wife would read Star Thief to Rufus as Rufus finally would go to sleep. And it would be that same storybook that Rufus would be reading when he falls asleep at last. One last tear shed for the loss of both parents as Rufus slumbers. And that's where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you for listening. If you listened to all 3 hours and 27 minutes, then you did a good job.
Shout out Yagoda.
Shout out to Yagoda.
Shout out to our friend in Poland.
Yep.
Shout out to Yagoda.
Yagoda, I'm talking directly to you.
You are banned.
Hello. Thanks for listening and watching. Make
That's
sure
what
to
you will
follow
listen.
me on Instagram.
Comment below what your favorite moment from the episode was.
Yeah,
No one will
actually,
be listening to this.
actually do this. We have 6 people that listen constantly, so yeah, keep that up.
Was it Harry's birthday?
Do we really have one fan each?
Everyone in the comments, drop a happy
Was
birthday
it
for
Heath
Harry.
Slater beating
Happy birthday.
another Blaymore brother?
Will Heath Slater actually do something really cool? He does.
How many
lots.
Blaymore
He did
brothers are
something
there?
really
Yeah.
cool to them. He did 2 things.
How long will it take before someone kills Craven?
Is there going to be another Blaymore brother avenging the last?
Happy birthday, Harry.